coffee getting cold. We've got stories to tell and opinions to hold. From the headlines today to the games that we play, you never know where the conversation will stray. Brushstrokes, hot takes, colors and debates. Some topics are light, some carry more weight. No scripts, no filters, just saying what we think. One paint stroke at a time while the colors all ink. Welcome to the Paintcast, where the paint never dries, and the conversations wander under colorful skies. From laughter to questions, from culture to art, grab a seat by the canvas and be part of the start. The Paintcast.
Hey there, folks, and welcome to another Paintcast. Joining me is Stu's Game Reviews, my co-host, and we're going to be talking about the craziness going on in Canada right now with the wildfires and the mayhem and the destruction, and how the American president just doesn't care. But we'll be talking about other stuff as well. But welcome, Stu, to the podcast again. How you doing?
Sorry, I was trying to do what you do to me all the time.
What are you doing?
What you do to me all the time on my channel. Where I'm like, hello, and you're like, silence.
Well, that's just because I'm an idiot.
I know what it's like, and I didn't wait that long even.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Deadly Shadow TTV is in the house in the chat already.
Joe, my friend Joe, welcome. Great to have you here.
Live in your area, or
No, he's an American friend.
Oh, okay, cool.
Majority of my friends are American. I don't have many Canadian friends.
Well, you know, I mean, that's because we got the best people over here, the very best.
Let me tell you something, the very best people. All right, anyway, but yes, so for those who don't know, there is massive, I mean, how do you not know? There's massive fires going on in Canada because of El Nino, which has been affecting kind of the world this year. But a lot of heat. I couldn't even stay outside today for more than like a couple of minutes when I was playing with my dog, because I felt my face literally burning from the sun. I was like, holy shit.
What's going on with
Oh, yeah. They actually just
here, like, I don't think we like
Mexico actually today just sent 200 firefighters to Canada to help combat them. And of course, Trump's sending nothing because Trump is like, Canada are terrorists. I'm telling you, they're nothing but trouble. And so he doesn't want to do anything. He'd rather just give us more and more tariffs. Like the first tariff was because there was too much smoke coming into America and it was causing issues for everyday Americans. And so he's like, we got to do something about it. We're going to send them bills. They're going to be paying for all the damages that's coming to the United States because of their great ungrateful fires, their ungrateful smoke. And I'm like, okay. Yeah,
I mean,
because we control the wind, right? That's one of the Canadian superpowers. We're basically Storm from the fucking X-Men. But it's like, go ahead.
Aside from that, like like there was tons of wildfires in California like this past year. So we
Yeah.
like maybe tariffs to California also.
I don't know because they're
That's
American. Because you won't be because they're American. But the other thing that he doesn't understand is that every time that America has had a fire, a really bad crisis, not just a fire, but a really bad crisis, Canada has always been there. And every time Americans were trying to tell that to Trump, he would be like, "That's AI generated. That's fake news. That never happened." Because like he's such a fucking idiot. He's not willing to accept when he's wrong. He always wants to be right about everything. And then whenever somebody tries to correct him, he just plays the fake news card, which is his favorite card. Or he fires them. Yeah, if they work for him. But yeah, no, it's just irritating to wake up every day on social media and not only be attacked, because I've been personally attacked by countless Americans who, who believe that Trump is amazing, and Canada. It's true. Canada has never done anything for America. We've just been.
Hold on a second. How do they even know to attack you? Like how do they like? It's like you have like a thing on your profile that like flashes and it says like Canadian or something. I don't understand.
No. So I'm a part of several groups on Facebook that are open to the public.
Okay.
And the groups are called, I made one myself. So the group that I was a part of is called Canada Against Donald Trump. And
you started that group?
No, I didn't start that one. So
Okay.
that one I got fed up with because the guy who is running that group is out of Venezuela. But the group's massive, but the guy's out of Venezuela, and he made it so that you can't swear in the group, or so you can't even say ass or butt.
Why is it Canadians against Donald Trump if he's from Venezuela? Should it be Venezuela?
Well, that's a lot of the people in the group thought the same thing. They're like, "What the fuck? Why can't we get a Canadian running the group?" But anyway, that's not the point of what I'm saying here. So his group is like for Canadians who are fed up with Donald Trump. But Americans join it too, not just Canadians, because Americans like to join it and get the Canadian side of things and whatnot, right? And so the group's fine. There's been no hostility in the group or anything like that. But he's made the group so that you can't say the simplest of swears. You can't say butt. You can't say ass. You can't say this. You can't say that. And so half the time you can't even post anything in the group because it's like, oh, your post contains a swear word. It contains a naughty word. And I'm like, I said to him, we're all fucking adults. We're all adults in here. There's no children coming into this fucking group because children don't give a shit about Donald Trump. And the owner fired back at me. And he's like, I don't care. I want this to be safe for work. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So I made my own group. And I said, you know what? Anybody from that group wants to come over to my group, feel free. My group is pretty much the same as his. It looks a lot better than his because I spent a lot more time on it. And I called it, so his group is called Canada Against Donald Trump. I called mine Canadians Against Donald Trump. So I just slightly different. It's exactly the same. But
you didn't call like Canadians like fucking against Donald Trump or something.
Canadians fucking.
I guess you can't put that in the title of the group. It's like that, is that what your main concern is? There was no swearing,
but as the welcoming for the group for all the people who joined, and quite a lot of people are in there now. I said to him, the opening for it, I said, swear all you fucking want. I don't fucking care.
I have a question though. Like, I understand the intent, but like, why not make it more positive? Why like be like, Canadians for rationality or something like that? Like, why against Donald Trump? We can be against Donald Trump. I'm saying, is that the main point, or is it more like Canadians against?
So let me explain that. I made that group solely because I was fed up with that other group censoring everything. I was like, dude, you're making a group about that and then telling people you can't post this, you can't post that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, what's the fucking point of having a group then? Right. And so I got fed up with that. And so I made my own group, and I made sure that in this group, I'm hosting it. I'm the guy who created it. I'm the guy running it. I made sure that everyone who joined could post whatever the fuck they wanted. and I wouldn't censor them. And that's what got everybody really excited. They're like, "Oh my god, a group where we're not getting censored every 5 seconds?"
I hear that.
Otherwise, I don't give a shit. I mainly did it for the subscribers of that group because they were getting fed up and nobody was doing anything about it. Everyone kept on saying, "Well, why can't we swear? Why can't we post this? Why can't we do that?" And time and again, I kept on hearing other people in that group respond to that other person and say like, "Well, if you have a problem with it, why don't you make your own group and invite us all over there?" I said, "You know what? I think I will."
How big is your group compared to the original group?
Oh, it's not as no. He's got like millions of people in that one. I'm not nowhere near. I'm only at like maybe 500. But I mean, like it's still a stepping stone. I just created it not that long ago, like a couple of months ago.
Well, your friend Joe says if he could move up to Canada, he would.
Oh, I already know
Louise
that.
is also
Joe's
in the chat. Louis says, "How are you guys?" And South Park Canadians against Stu.
South Park. Let me tell you something.
No, South Park
As
Canadians
an
like that.
as an as an American president, I just gotta tell you that guy Stu is a wise guy.
Yeah, sort of.
Did you see so another thing, bringing up Trump, because tonight's all about that motherfucker. But did you see there's a recent video that was shared online where he was at some press shit or whatever, and Melania was beside him, and he went to go grab her hand to hold it, and she slapped his hand out of the way. And so that's making head waves all across social media, yeah, because she was like, "Don't touch my fucking hand, you prick."
I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, and it's not AI generated either. Yeah.
But there was a thing that happened not that long ago with the French president Macron. Is that his name? With his wife. Do you remember that thing?
No.
Like they landed their jet. This is like I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. They landed their plane somewhere, and then like the doors open, and like they were fighting. Like,
Okay.
in the doorway, and she like slapped him or something, and then he pretended like nothing happened. They like left, like in a nice, polite way, but like they're obviously fighting like right before the doors open. Pretty funny. But yeah.
I just realized we're sitting here yammering away, and I haven't even started painting yet. I'm thinking, what?
Okay.
Welcome to the Paintcast, where we just sit on the main menu and talk about painting. No. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm just fed up with all of it because like there's so many. I don't even know at this point whether they're bots. I've been told that they're bots, run by the Republicans. But there's a lot of people who on social media who are American and pissed off with Canadians and think there's a lot of people on social media, American citizens who are saying, "I don't know why Trump hasn't annexed you yet," and all this kind of shit. And I'm like, oh, great.
I don't get it at all. Like honestly, I mean, to your point, like I don't know what the hell is. The thing is, people nowadays, this applies to a lot of topics. So many people are so stupid, and they just believe whatever nonsense they hear from some other idiot who told them some stupid thing. And like that's number one. And
So
then,
I don't think that. What I think is, if you don't mind me saying, what I think it is I think that ever since Trump became president, so many people thrive on negativity because Trump is a negative human being, and you're supposed to take after your leader or whatever. I mean, that whole saying or whatever, like support your leader, blah blah blah. And so a lot of Americans, because they are like subjected to pure hatred all the time, they end up embodying that in their lives.
I don't know. I think it's more of a symptom of like just the fact that like in general, there's so much like okay, so like you said before, like Canada is like a major ally of the U.S. At least historically they were, and I would say that's definitely true. Like in the past, the U.S. and Canada were like major allies. They were probably like two of the closest allies that exist.
And I have no doubt that we will be again once the Muppet is out of office. But
Well, I hope so. I hope so
yeah,
because
I do too.
we share like our common values, and that's why we've been allies, basically. Um, but like, my point is like, people are so dumb that they don't know anything about history. All they know is like whatever stupid thing they read just now on social media.
From
And
Trump.
like if
Yeah.
someone says on social media that if regardless of who's saying it, if it's Trump, if it's Republicans, if it's Democrats, if it's gays, it doesn't matter. Like whatever it is that people are trying to push, people just believe it. So like if people are, it's like that stupid movie Canadian Bacon. I mentioned this before. It
Hmm.
was a parody movie where like they were trying to incite a war against Canada. The president was purposely trying to incite the U.S. president was purposely trying to incite a war against Canada. So they ran like an ad on TV that said, "The Canadians, they walk among you." Like William Shatner, Alex Trebek, Michael J. Fox, they pretend to be Americans, but they're really Canadians in disguise, and like they're out to get you, or like some stupid bullshit, But like, people, and then the movie, people were like, "Oh my God, the Canadians are really out to get us!" Like, it was supposed to be a parody,
Yeah.
but nowadays, like things like that actually happen because people are just so like, I mean, gullible. Maybe I don't know what the right word is. I think part of it is like dumb, but like, it's like they're too easily brainwashed by lies, bots. God only knows what. It's crazy.
It's mostly bots. So as I stated to you before we started the podcast, there is speculation that a lot of it is a bot farm that is being run by Republicans that are spreading misinformation. And the easiest way to spread misinformation is through bots, which are heavily used on social media, specifically Facebook and X and all that kind of stuff. Um, but I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just getting tiresome at this point, and it's like, I don't understand what Americans. The worst are the senators, of the United States, because I've seen. I have to constantly, when I'm on Facebook, I have to constantly click the three little dots and click I'm not interested in this topic, and then Facebook asks, why aren't you interested in this topic? I'm like, because it's fucking stupid. But it's all these senators posting videos, and they're like, "I'm in support of Donald J. Trump. I'm telling you, them Canadians ain't done nothing ever good for America, and I think you're an idiot if you think otherwise." And they're like, "Oh my God, they're so fucking mental."
See, I've not seen any of this stuff. Like, I think like Facebook and knows how to like feed us stuff that's going to purposely irritate
It's
us.
it's
That's why.
it's algorithm based, and
Yeah, it's
so
algorithm.
somewhere at some point, I'm sure I said something negative against Trump. Of course I did, but
Oh, really?
and because of that, now Facebook is like, he must love Donald J. Trump. Let's feed him more Donald J. Trump stuff. I'm like,
Well,
oh, come
they want
on.
to send you negative stuff, so you'll thumbs down it or like comment on it or whatever. Like, it's all making you
No,
engaged.
but I don't. But I don't. That's the thing. I don't. I literally say I don't want to hear this shit, because
Well,
it's like so stupid, and the stupid thing that they say, the stupid stuff they say. Like, I mean, are Republicans really this dumb? Because like they're saying stuff like, why, I don't understand why Canadians don't just get a giant fan so that they can redirect the smoke.
come on, you're not saying that.
Yes, they are.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you. Like, so you're watching stuff like this, like
Hmm.
when they're saying like Canada never did anything or whatever. Like, what is there any actual like factual information, or is it all just made up bullshit?
What do you I don't understand what you're asking. Sorry.
Like, it's like if I said like,
Is there
okay,
any factual information that Canada has done stuff? Yeah, of
no,
course.
I'm not even like that, but I'm saying like if I say okay, like the gamer's grotto like is a jerk, then I'd be like, well, the reason why he's a jerk is because like the other day he didn't join my stream when he said he would or something like that. I have a
No, it's.
reason. But is there any
Uh,
reason, or is it just like whatever? Like, I
so
mean,
a lot of the American public is like using the excuse. Well, Trump says, that Canada has never done anything for the United States, so therefore it must be true. It's like, oh, okay. So you don't.
what
So
has the
none of
United
them
States ever done for Canada?
tariffs.
I'm saying, what positive has it ever done for Canada? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Um.
we're trading partners, obviously, but that benefits both countries.
Well, we're
Not
not
like
trading. We're not trading partners
well, we
anymore. We
were,
were.
we
We
were at
were.
one point. I'm saying, but that benefited both countries. It wasn't like U.S. was doing Canada a favor.
Yeah. And
So
Trump still doesn't understand how tariffs work, because he tariffed Canada again. And it's funny because a lot of, I guess he expected the Canadian citizens to be so angry and upset, and they're just like, okay, it's more money that you guys have to pay.
Right.
Like we just
Well,
didn't care. We're just like,
the
okay.
government collects the money, but yeah, it's like it doesn't affect the Canadians and all,
No, it
except
doesn't affect you
well,
guys. It
the
affects you
way that
guys.
the way that it affects the Canadians, I'll tell you how it does affect Canadians. Like I go on eBay sometimes now, and I see like some game that's in Canada, and I want it, but I'm like, well, it says $25 shipping, and then it says there's also some tariff on top of it. So it's like, fuck it, I'm not gonna buy it unless I really really want it, and most of the time I don't. So I'm just like, fuck it. So like, if enough people do that, then basically what's going to happen is that Canada will lose sales of things. I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to say we're not going to our people won't buy your stuff because it'll be too expensive for them. I think that's the idea. Like in terms of actually works or not, I couldn't tell you. But I mean, it hurts the people
But
of the U.S. more than it hurts the people of Canada.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. The other thing is like you're tariffing us because we have smoke from wildfires. Are you literally a fucking retard?
Well, that's a different story. I mean, I don't think.
Like that I don't know what goes through his mind. I do think he's got dementia and Alzheimer's and the onset dementia because like he's got I'm sure you've heard of the term sundowning, which is a form of dementia where your brain is more active really late at night and you start to overthink things. And that is the definition of basically of sundowning. And Trump has that because if you look at his posts, the times when he's most active on social media is like after 1 a.m. What he's posting absolute gibberish. He posted the one night that Obama was trying to break into the White House and take the presidency back from him, and Obama's like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Yeah. I just did like a Google Gemini saying like, does it make sense for Trump to put tariffs? Just to see what it said. And it said, well, whether it makes sense depends on whether you look at it from a political lens or a scientific and economic one. Why it makes sense to Trump and his supporters, the political logic. Proponents argue that if one country's actions directly harm a neighbor's economy and public health, there should be financial consequences. Supporters believe that
Hmm.
threatening Canada's economy will force their government to invest heavily in aggressive forest management. And the rhetoric resonates with U.S. border state residents who suffer from poor air quality, whatever. This is why critics, the expert says, does not make sense, the scientific and economic criticism. Misunderstanding wildfires. Forestry scientists point out that Canadian boreal forests are massive, remote, and naturally designed to burn as part of their ecosystem. It is physically and financially impossible to rake or manage millions of acres of wilderness. Climate change versus negligence. Experts agree the escalating fires are driven by climate change rather than government laziness. The nature of wind. Smoke is a transboundary environmental issue. Critics, including Canadian officials, note that air pollution and smoke frequently blow from the U.S. into Canada as well, making tariffs an impractical tool for weather patterns. And the final thing is economic self-harm. Tariffs are taxes paid by the importing American companies and consumers, not the Canadian government. So I think that's all the stuff we just said. A, it makes no sense because it's illogical, and B, it doesn't actually hurt Canada. But it sounds like what it's saying is that like dumb people like believe it is going to help, and it's like yeah, we're sure those Canadians, and then they think that Trump is doing something good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm reading here basically. So anyway,
Well, they don't. Americans are dumb as fuck. I hate to say it. You
it's
guys
not just
are.
Americans. People are dumb as
Hold
fuck in
on, hold on,
general.
hold on. But let me explain why I'm saying that. Because your media only focuses on America and nowhere else in the world. Your America
Mostly
is
true.
very, very conceited. No, it is true. I've seen a lot of your news. Your news doesn't cover hardly anything that goes on anywhere else in the world, unless it pertains to you, to
I mean,
some degree.
or some specific places that like Americans are like
But
hyper interested in for
But
whatever
the
reason.
the problem is that because of that, American citizens don't understand how big our forests are unless they physically do the research themselves, which most aren't willing to do. They don't understand how big our forests are. They're not, it's and Trump's going. I don't understand. They could just rake it up. They could just rake up the problems and it'll all go away. But they don't want to do it because they're lazy people. And I'm like, it's millions of acres of forest. What do you want us to do? Just gather up all of our homeless people and be like, oh, rake the forest for us because Mr. Trump
Yeah,
wants you
it's a
to.
good idea. Actually, it's a great idea. You didn't think of that before. You should tell Mark Carney about that one. Maybe he'll do it.
Do you realize how heartless that is? I'd be
Well,
locked
well,
up.
you can pay them too. I didn't say do it for free. Pay them, but they might get hurt though. It's probably a little
Do
dangerous.
you want booze? Rake 50 million acres of forests.
And just don't pour the booze on the
Uh,
forest.
yeah. Just
Oh yeah.
don't pour the booze on the forest. Yeah.
No, but
Absolutely horrible.
it's not. They're all sort of dumb. It's not just America.
Pirate Gamer Boy says, get homeless people to do slave labor. Yes, I agree.
I didn't say slave. I said pay. I said pay them. But no, you know it's you're right though. Like if they ask Americans, like even college students who are theoretically supposed to be educated, the
Yeah.
most basic facts about like even America, they don't really answer. Like they'll be like, "What's the first president of the United States?" And like, "Duh." Like who was the first president?
I really want to show you guys. You know
Duh.
what? I'm gonna broadcast this one night on your channel. You need to watch this show. We'll watch it all together. It's a Canadian show called Talking to Americans. It's a comedy show, and it was done by a Canadian comedian named Rick Mercer, where he would go to the United States, pretend that he was with the news, and be like, he'd go up to random citizens on the street, and sometimes your presidents, because he went up to George Bush on one of them. But anyway, he goes
They're
up to your
probably
citizens.
not intelligent. That's why. That's why they wouldn't
He
know.
goes up to citizens on your street and goes, "Guess what? Canada just got its first radio." And then he hand the mic to the American citizen, and then be like, "Congratulations, Canada, on getting your first radio." And it's so
That's like
funny.
they must go to like really like hick town, you know, like
New York City, Los Angeles. Oh
Are you
yeah,
serious?
I'm fucking serious.
Come
Yeah.
on, that can't be.
No, I'm serious, and it's not scripted. It's not scripted. It was, but it's an old show. It was from back in. It's not recent, because
I think
Rick
I
Mercer
think
hasn't been a part of. He's retired, long retired, if he's not dead. But
if I had to guess, I would say like less than 1/100% of Americans know what the capital of Canada
my
is.
favorite was
You like that?
my favorite was there was one episode where he's going up to a mother and son, and the son's like 7 or 8 or something like that, and he goes, Canada. Oh, he said something about the state of Canada. Um, he just said something about the state of Canada or whatever, and the mother is like, "Congratulations, Canada, on becoming a state." And then the 6-year-old son just looks at his mother and goes, "Canada's a province, Mom," and she just goes
Canada's a
red.
province.
Or Canada's a country. Sorry, I'm concentrating on my.
Okay.
Canada's a country. I'm an idiot too, apparently. No,
The kid is dumb too.
Canada's a country, Mom. There we go. And his mom just kind of just goes red in the face.
Well, did you hear what I said before? You didn't like pay attention even. I think less than 1/100% of people in the United States know what the capital of Canada is. I bet you like
Yeah, of course.
99% of them would not even be able to take a guess.
Well, hold on. Do you know
And
what the
then
capital of Canada is?
I do, it's Ottawa.
There you
99% of
go.
them wouldn't be able to take a guess. And then of the 1% that's left, 99% of those would think it's Toronto.
Oh, they do. They do. And yeah, a lot of the time when Canadian YouTubers are interviewing Americans, going to America, interview Americans, they're like, "Do you know what the state of do you know what the capital of Canada is?" And a lot of them always say Toronto, because and the only reason.
Pirate Gamer says he was going to say Ottawa too. 'Cause
Yeah, I see
you're
that.
smart. You're smart. You have a brain.
But
You know a lot of stuff, man. You
in
remember
fairness, yeah, I
everything.
was about to say,
You're like the average American.
in fairness, Pirate Gamer Boy is the most foreign of Americans in the sense that he's like a walking fucking computer.
He's an
And I'm
encyclopedia.
sorry, he is. He really is. The man is smart as fuck. If you test your IQ level, I can guarantee you it's going to be like fucking 500 or something like that.
Well, it's not be that high, but
Oh,
I think
I
like
don't know,
Lex
man.
Luthor.
I think the guy's a
I think like Lex Luthor is only like 250, so I don't think it's be that high. But
Lex Luthor, the fake character that doesn't exist. Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Even he's only like 250, I think. So, but yeah, it'll be probably pretty high.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. Freaking teed.
Yeah, but they don't know basic. I mean, the thing is, like, I do think you're right. I think Canadians are more educated about
Oh,
the
never
U.S.
mind. I take it back. He says he gets all his information from YouTube. Never mind. You're dumb. No, I'm just. I'm just joking. All right.
Well, I
Anyway.
was gonna say, I think Canadians know more about America than Americans know about Canadians. But I think part of the reason for that is because like they're like I think the truth is like the way that the way that Canada is organized
Yeah.
is that most of the major cities in Canada are close to the U.S. border, and probably for a reason because trade is very important to both countries. But I think there's just so many more people. I think in the U.S. I mean, isn't that right? Like, how many people are in Canada? I
Oh
think it's
my
like
God. I
41
don't
million
even know
people.
that. Like, I don't know that. Yeah.
41 million. Okay, so that's about. I was a
Half.
little bit higher than I thought. I was thinking like 30 million. No, America has like 300 something million. How do you feel in the U.S.? 342 million. So it's like there's like an eighth of the people or something like that, a ninth or something like that. So like in Canada, there's like all these people concentrated on close to the border of the U.S., like in Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, etc. And then in the U.S., obviously there's people near the Canadian border too,
I
like
have
in
a.
places like Detroit and stuff like that, and in Seattle. Then there's all these other people down south who like have
Yeah.
no connection to Canada at all and probably never been there.
Yeah.
So those people are going to tend to be really ignorant about Canada, and that doesn't really exist because there are people like far up north in
And
Canada, but
I
there's
get
not a
that.
ton of them.
I get that, but in talking to Americans, he didn't speak to people from those provinces. He spoke to people from
Well, that's
the U.
weird.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, no, I
But
agree. That's
also
they're
this
dumb in
show
general.
is from the early 2000s, so keep that in mind as well. It's not a recent show.
Well, still, I
Um,
mean, I think it's gotten worse over time, not better.
my favorite was they went up to fucking George W. Bush. And this was before he was. This was when he was running for presidency. Okay, so this is when they went up to him when he was just starting to run for presidency. And
Okay.
they go. Brooke Mercer goes, Mr. Cretchin, Mr. Cretchin. What am I saying? Mr. Bush, sir, Mr. Bush.
Mr.
George.
Kitchen.
Shut up, Mr. Bush. Mr. George Bush turns around and goes,
Ah,
you know,
what do you want? What is it? I can't do his voice, but anyway.
I can just give me a sec. Give me a sec. But he goes, Mr. Bush, Prime Minister Putin in Canada wants to wish you good luck in the election. And George Bush, fucking straight faced, and none of this is scripted. Goes, well, tell Prime Minister Putin that I think he's a swell guy. He and I are gonna get along great. We're gonna be the greatest of friends. And I'm like, Putin? Putin? Do you know what Poutine is? It's not the name of our Prime Minister. It's the name of a food in Canada. Cheese, gravy, and fries. That is not our Prime Minister.
He tried.
He tried.
He
Yeah.
did. He tried. That's funny, actually. He made an attempt.
He made an attempt.
He did.
But
He made
he's
an
like,
attempt.
well, he's like acting like he knows who the guy is. That's the worst part out of it. He was acting like he knew who Prime Minister Putin was. He's like, I love Prime Minister Putin. He's a great guy. Like,
George W. Bush is not the smartest guy either, by the
oh,
way.
he's not. He's not the smartest bulb in the knife drawer. I know.
Yeah, he was not the stupid. He's not as stupid as like sort of they made him out to be, but he definitely was not that smart.
He's dumb.
Yeah.
Now, I've always found that he's really in his own little world, but he's not as bad as Trump. Trump, I feel, is like worse.
I mean, Trump is just arrogant. That's
Isn't he the
problem.
president of Russia? What are you talking about?
Putin?
Oh, Putin. No, a poutine is a Canadian dish, not Putin. Poutine is a Canadian dish, which is cheese, fries, and gravy, and you can get it in multiple different flavors. We actually have poutineries in certain parts of Canada that serve different styles of poutine, and you can go to like the poutineries and there's like massive. Oh, okay, you're joking. All right.
He doesn't really have a good funny bone, you know. Like he thinks everyone's serious about everything All Star Sam, but you know he's learning. It takes him a while. But you keep on trying. Eventually you'll get it.
No, it's kind of hard to tell through text when people are joking or telling the truth. Keep that in mind.
I know. I'm just kidding. But I think I think all these guys in our chat like to joke around for the most part.
And that's fine. I approve. But yeah, so that's kind of like where we're sitting right now between Canada and the U.S. is that Trump is setting more tariffs on Canada. We're getting another 50% tariffs added, I think, like next week.
Well, all these tariffs are pretty much illegal anyway. That's the other thing.
Yeah, but he's fired everybody in all walks of life that could oppose him. So what does it matter?
No, the Supreme Court keeps on striking down his tariffs and saying that they're not valid. But he keeps on trying to like find new loopholes to do these tariffs.
Yeah,
But
he used a loophole from 1925 for the last
something like
tariff.
that,
Yeah.
yeah. But they're not like the point is like I think all of them are eventually get struck down. Like none of these things are really like legit from as far as I can tell at least. I mean I'm not a lawyer or something like that, but it just seems like he's just grasping at straws. You know
My
what I mean?
favorite is when we I did the opening for the Gordie Howe International Bridge or whatever, and we didn't invite Americans to the opening ceremony. We didn't invite Trump to the opening ceremony. And he goes, "How dare they not allow me to come to the opening ceremony? All because of tariffs. You know what I'm gonna do? Add more tariffs." And I'm like, "But you're not learning your lesson, are you?"
Not really.
We didn't add you. We didn't bring you to the ceremony because you instilled all these stupid tariffs. And what is your response to that? You're gonna add more tariffs? You're a fucking moron.
I don't get it honestly, but like I said, it's just this whole thing is nonsense. There's no logic to it. It's just he has an ego and he's trying to make people bow down to him basically, as far as I can tell. But I mean, it can't last. The problem is what's going to end up happening. It's going to end up being worse because like.
But did you see what he posted? Like,
Let me finish what I'm saying, then you could give your thought. But like, eventually the Republicans are going to lose either the midterm elections or the presidency.
oh, they're have you seen the numbers? They're already losing.
I know, but they didn't actually have the vote yet. But like, let's say they do lose, what's going to end up happening is it's going to end up being like even worse because like every time like somebody else takes power, like they shift. Nobody says like, okay, let's go back to normal. Like let's be normal and rational. It's like, oh, let's swing it completely the opposite, the other direction. And then they also screw it up because like that's too extreme the other way. And then like that like prompts, let's say the Trump people to come back next time around and be like, oh, you let those guys have a chance and they screwed up, and give us a chance again. And then they'll swing it even further back in the other direction. It keeps on getting like more and more extreme because that's the reaction to like it's like a slingshot or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they try to like fight back against the current thing and they go the complete opposite. And usually like the actual best path is somewhere in the middle, not one extreme. I'm not an
So
extremist.
my parents think that what's going to happen is he's going to stay in office no matter what for the rest of until he's dead. And then JD Vance will take over. So Trump is already on his Truth Social, has already slammed his Truth Social left, right, and center with Trump 2028 posters and shit like that and all that. Because he said he's running for a third term, which obviously in your constitution is not allowed. But he said he's going to be rewriting the constitution before that happens, so that he is able to run a third term. I don't know. That's what he's.
It's not going to happen. In the first term that he ran, there was a president. Like I think if he could have stayed around, he would have stayed around. But like nobody was having it. So what I really wonder actually is like what's going to happen with all these lawsuits against him and these felony convictions. Like that he might pardon himself or get someone to pardon him. He'll probably figure out a way around that. But
I already figured that part out.
what?
I already figured that part out. He's going to get arrested, but he's going to bail.
Himself?
He's going to bail himself out of jail.
Well,
Do you realize?
himself while he's the president? Like if
Do you
he-
realize? No, hold on. That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying he's going to bail himself out of jail. I didn't say anything about pardoning himself. As he's going to bail himself out of jail. And you're going to tell me
bail
next.
himself out.
Hold on. Let me finish. You're probably going to tell me next with what money, and I'll tell you with what money. Let's go back to all the times that he has funded these stupid things Board of Peace. Let's go to that. The Board of Peace, where it's just like like $500,000 to join the Board of Peace or something like that, or something ridiculous.
I know what you're saying,
All
but
that
like,
all that money is going into his pocket, and people
he's
don't seem to realize that.
let's say he has infinite money, but bail only gets you out of jail until your trial. Like if they, you can't. I mean, theoretically, you could try to bribe people, but if you get convicted of something and they send you to jail, like you can't bail yourself out of jail at that point. You know what I mean? You can only bail
Yeah.
yourself out of jail before the trial. So
Maybe what he's thinking is that he'll stay in office until he dies, and then he won't have to go
that's what I'm
to.
saying. I really don't think that's going to happen. It doesn't seem. It does not seem like something he'd be able to get away with. Even if let's say he wanted to do that, it's just it's. I think this country would completely fall apart if he tried something like that. Like most people, and I think most of the army also would not support it.
I
So
still
like,
I still want you to one night this week maybe. We'll have you play that President of the United States game because I think you're gonna find that so funny when you can stay in office a third term. It's freaking hilarious how they did that in the game.
it's
So
crazy that they even do that.
my initial playthrough, I thought my initial playthrough of the game when I played it on this channel, I think initially I just ran 2 terms, and so my initial thought process was, well, when you go to do a third term, it's probably going to be very short, and they'll end it very quickly, like it's just or it's a game over or whatever. You get assassinated, game over, or whatever, and that's not what happens. You actually do run a third term. But the new president ends up going into the White House library, and he's running the country from the White House library while you're running the country from the Oval Office, and you're constantly fighting against each other. And it's really funny. I'm just like, dude, and it's so funny because like the Trump's cabinet or the game is parroting Trump, by the way, but the president's cabinet, the president you play as, they're like all these people are coming in. They're like, I think this is for you, or it might be for the new president in the library. I'm not sure. So do I give it to you or do I give it to them? And then you have like multiple choice answers. You'd be like, give it to me, I want it, stuff like that. It's so, oh my God, Stu, you're gonna have a blast with it. It's so funny. I'm like, dude, and it's made in Poland, and I gotta tell you, the people who made that game are fucking geniuses. It's such a good game, and it's so funny.
I'll take a look at it at some point for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. And you can also if you want to do the tariff thing like Trump does, you can do that as well. You can literally tariff everybody.
So what else are you thinking about? I mean, I know that this is like really frustrating for you. I just want to tell you,
It's not overly affecting me. So I'm not in the line of fire, so to say. People seem to misunderstand how big Canada is. So I'm nowhere near where this is happening. It's happening mostly where Always Asleep lives, actually, Alberta. And
that?
why is that? What do you mean, why is that?
Why is it more in Alberta than where you are?
That's where the fire started. It's Alberta and BC.
I thought you meant like people dealing with Trump, whatever. That's okay.
No. I'm saying the wildfires, which was our topic for tonight's conversation. Was
Right.
the wildfires are mostly in Alberta and British Columbia, and I'm nowhere near that. I'm in Ontario, so it's not really affecting me. The only thing it was affecting for a little bit was our sky was bright yellow because of all the smoke, but that went away really quickly. So we don't really have bad air quality anymore in Ontario. We had it for 2 days and then it just kind of vanished. What we do have is extreme heat, and today I couldn't even go outside for more than a couple of minutes because I literally felt my skin burning from the sun.
Oh God.
So I went back inside. But yeah, so I can understand why these fires are starting because the heat is really bad. And if you have so much days without rain and then suddenly you have like this extreme heat, of course you're going to get fires. And I don't think Trump understands how that works. He
Well, tell
probably
me,
thought he probably
who's causing the heat?
who's causing the heat. Well,
Well, I'm only saying because, like, basically Republicans say there's no climate change, so.
yeah. No, it's Trump probably thinking, listen, there was some guy who probably had a cigarette and dropped the cigarette into the fire, into the forest, and it spread. Okay, that's what happened. Like, okay, yeah, sure.
Well,
But
this
mhm.
is probably unnecessary, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Just like, you know, I can't speak for anybody else in the United States. Although I know there's some other
Yeah,
people that feel this way also. But like, Canada is a great country. Obviously, I lived there for a few years. I really thought there were a lot of great things about it, and Canada has been, like I said, a great ally of the United States for a long time.
yeah.
And there's absolutely no reason for anybody here to say anything bad about Canada at all, honestly. I mean, there was that thing you guys had with the buses that were on strike that was a little bit annoying. That right before when what's his name was still the prime minister. I forget his name now already. You know what I'm
Trudeau.
talking about? Justin Trudeau, yeah.
Yeah.
But but it's a great country, and anybody who doesn't like
Nope.
that's the problem. It's like people who have never been there, then you like can think whatever stupid bullshit you want because you've never actually been to the country. Like, if you guys, anybody listening to this, think something about Canada, like, and you've never been to Canada, you don't know shit. Like, go to Canada, check it out if you can actually get in these days because who the hell
Uh,
knows what's going on.
Well,
But
so we still have our borders open to Americans, and we also made it easier for Americans to become Canadian citizens. But where that's going to hit us in the bud, I think, is when Trump is no longer in office, and all of the maggots are going to probably move to Canada.
I
Because a
think
lot of
so.
them,
Why?
oh yeah, because a lot of them have stated that they are. Because they said if Trump doesn't become president a third term, we're just going to move out of America. I've literally heard people say that. And
They're not moving to Canada.
oh, I would not be surprised if they did or if they tried to.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of people say a lot of bullshit, and then like it's like, all
Another
right, well, time to eat some more squirrel.
another thing I wanted to ask you earlier, when you were looking at the stats for Canada, you were looking at the population stats. How old are those stats? The only reason I ask that is
That's just
because
from AI. I don't know.
okay, well that could be 10 years old. So
That's what I'm
the thing is that ever since we opened our doors to Americans to become Canadian
As of
citizens,
April 1st, 2026, according to data from Statistics Canada.
okay,
And there's a slight
April.
decrease, actually. It says, but very
Well,
very slight.
so he's my understanding, and I might be wrong about this, but we're letting in less Muslim people because there's way too many in Canada. Um,
Yeah, that's a whole can
um,
of worms right there.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if we'll talk about that or not, but oh my gosh, that's crazy what you just said. I mean, like I understand. It's like
There's a
there's so many
lot.
countries there's so many countries where there's a huge Muslim immigration,
Yeah,
and
and I'm not discouraging it. I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that. Not at all. I'm just saying that it's a lot because it's a lot.
listen, from
Um,
my perspective, I'll just tell you what I think about that. There's no theoretical number that's a lot, but the thing is, anybody that's coming to move into a country, they should be coming with the goal of, I believe in the values of that country, and I want
yeah,
to be
and they
part of
don't.
that country to be
Yeah.
part of its values. If someone's coming to a country to be like, well, I'm going to move here, and then I want to like make the country be like my values, then stay the fuck home. Like that,
Mhm.
those people should not be, coming. So if there's any group of people that's coming to a country in order to try to change the country to their vision of what it should be, there's lots of other places that you can go
Which
that have your
which
values.
I hate to say, but a lot of them do that though. Like I mean,
I understand.
there's
That's what I'm
there
saying. Like
there's a
but that's
lot
the
of
issue.
them.
That's
There's
the
a
issue, though. If there's let's say a million Muslims that want to come in and be Canadians that like and accept adopt Canadian values, that's great. And if there's 100,000 Muslims who want to come in and adopt Sharia law, that's bad. It's not about the numbers. It's about what they're actually
I think the
what they
thing
believe
that
in.
really upset a lot of us here in the town that I live in is there's a beautiful family-run fish and chips place, and it had been there since before I was born, and it was like it was the restaurant to go to, right? It was everybody went there, everybody knew the owners, And I remember going there the first time when I was like 2, 3, something like that, with my grandparents, and I've been going to there ever since. Well, like they sold to a Muslim family, and the Muslim family tore down the entire building and replaced it with a mosque.
But why did they sell? Because they must not be making money. I mean, why would they sell otherwise?
They just wanted to retire, I guess, but they were hoping that whoever bought it would keep the legacy going. That's what they literally said. There was newspaper articles about it. And they said whoever buys it, I hope that they keep the restaurant going because we have like
Well,
a
in New Jersey, there's a town called Patterson where there's a lot of Muslims that live there, and there's a very very large mosque there. And I've been there, and I've spoken to some people there. They seem very nice, you know. Like there's a lot of nice
yeah. No,
people. Then
I don't.
let me finish what I'm saying. Then there's other people that come from Patterson to like my neighborhood, and they like go outside of synagogues and protest and like yell at the Jews there. So there's different types of people, obviously, right? So like,
Mixed people, yeah.
yeah, exactly. The people that want to like like live in peace and like enjoy like
Yeah.
in the United States, like the whole the whole thing about the country is it's supposed to be a land of opportunity. It's a melting pot. You like sort of like you have your culture, but you also accept American values, and you believe that if you work hard, this is at least what it used to be, the American dream. I don't know if it's there anymore. But
Every time somebody says that, I just picture Grand Theft Auto 4. Cousin, I'm here to experience the American dream.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know if the real American dream is
Yeah.
still around anymore, but it was supposed to be like you work
Yeah.
hard, not through crime. You work hard through legal means,
Yeah.
and you make
Yeah.
money, and then you could like, a poor person could become a rich person. And there are a lot of immigrants that came to this country and they became rich or became like upper middle class or whatever. If you're coming to this country to work hard and make money and like help other people, then great. If you're coming to this country to live off welfare and to like harass other people, then you shouldn't be coming here.
Don't
And, like,
come. Yeah.
the problem is
Absolutely.
we're a little bit too
Lenient.
like, well, it's like it's a pendulum. So I do this guy from Turkey. I think he was Muslim. Super nice guy. He got deported because his like green card ran out, and he would have been a great like citizen of the U.S., but they deported him. Then meanwhile, there's like some other guy who came in from the Mexican border who like maybe I don't know what his reason is for coming in. He snuck in, and that guy like,
Oh,
oh,
wait. That's bad. Sneaking in is not good.
a lot of people sneak in, but it's like, well, once they're already here, like we don't want to
Yeah,
send them
no.
out, which I understand. But at the end of the day, like the bottom line is you want people to immigrate who
But
share the values of
hold
the
on.
country.
But isn't that why ICE came about with Trump, was to get rid
Well,
of those kind of
yeah.
people? Yeah.
This is the thing. This is what I'm saying before about there's this the pendulum, because like when Biden was the president, basically they just let everybody in, and then people were saying like, Mr. Biden, like why is there open borders? And he'd be like, I know what you're talking about. There's no open borders. Meanwhile, like, people are just like flood coming in like a flood, like literally. Then
Yeah.
like Trump basically said like I'm gonna clean the place up. So then he won the election. Like that was one of the main reasons he won. And then his solution is like to send like basically stormtroopers into all the towns and catch these guys and throw them out and like pull them away from their families. Like it's
Yeah,
like
well, not
one
even that.
direction.
It's not
It's like
even
one
that
direction to
anymore.
the other.
It's him executing them now. I mean,
Well,
it's not.
I don't believe that's true. I really hope that's not true. I think that's propaganda. But like, I'm sure there's some people that got killed. I don't think that's the intent. But regardless, it's like you go from one extreme, which is let everyone in and don't stop anybody, which is bad, to another extreme, which is like let's go crazy and like let's make it like full on like Star Wars stormtroopers, which I don't think is good either. There has to be like something in the middle. But the problem is if you're constantly like flip flopping between different political parties. And
Hmm.
this one is like, I got to fix the mistakes of the last guy by being as extreme as possible. The end
Hmm.
result is just gets worse and worse and worse over time, and that's what we're seeing in America at least. So I don't know.
No, I agree. I agree
Elsa, how's it
100%.
going, Elsa? Elsa's I don't come. What does that mean? Where do you live, Elsa? I forget. Not in America, I'm pretty sure, but I forget where you live.
I think
So
didn't she say
what are your
she lived in
time
the
zones?
the Europe? I think.
Maybe Europe. I forget where though. But yeah,
Yeah.
All Star Sam says I still haven't forgiven Canada for Nickelback.
You know what? I still haven't forgiven Canada for Justin Bieber,
About to
and
say
I'm
that. I think most
Canadian.
people are forgiven for Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. Germany. Oh my God, I am so sorry, Elsa, for what happened in Germany recently. Oh my fucking God. Speaking of crazy,
What happened in Germany?
there was a Muslim guy who attacked their gay pride parade and shot up a bunch of people and stabbed them and
Really?
shit.
Was
Oh,
this recently?
yeah,
Oh my gosh! Like in the last like week or two, or when?
a couple of days ago.
Oh my gosh! I didn't hear about that. But you're right. This is what you said before about the news here. Like we never
What?
hear about stuff like this.
Yeah,
But you're right.
yeah.
You're right. I mean, I don't read the news so much, but personally, anyways. So
Did you look it
that's the
up?
problem. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, it was. I'm
Deadly
pretty sure it
Islamic
was in
terror
Germany.
attack struck near Berlin's Christopher Street Day of
There you
Pride
go.
celebration
There
on
you
July
go.
25th. This was
See?
yesterday. A
Yeah.
van ran
See?
into a crowd, killing a woman and injuring 29 others before the suspect was shot dead by police.
I'm Canadian and I knew that.
This
But
is the thing.
then again, Canadians cover news from all over.
And the name is Abdul Ballout. I guess his balls were out. A 21-year-old German citizen of
Okay.
Lebanese descent. I don't know if he was he Muslim? I guess he was. Yeah, deadly
Yeah, he was
Islamic
Muslim. He was. He was. Yeah, he was Muslim. Yeah.
Also, shit like this happens weekly. Oh my god.
Another thing.
We had in New York a Muslim guy stabbed two people, a Jewish person and an Asian person, on Thursday, in Manhattan. He yelled like Allahu Akbar, which means like God is great, and then stabbed two people or shot two people. I can't remember. I think stabbed.
That's
I
fucked
think he
up.
killed them. Yeah. So it's like that's the thing. It's like every time people talk about like anti-Semitism back in the day, like 5 years ago, but like, oh yeah, we have to protect against anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Now listen, I agree. Like nobody should have like prejudice against Muslims, and I like I said, I do have a bunch of friends who are Muslims, and they're nice, good people. But at the same time, like there are people that are doing shit like this, and it's not like the Jews are not doing terror attacks, like as far as I'm aware. I guess there's other things that Israelis are accused of doing, but this terror stuff is like insane. I don't know like why anybody. I don't know. The bottom line is if you're gonna come to any country, you need to come with the goal of like being a productive member of that country, not with the goal of
Yeah.
like fucking around. Sorry.
Yeah, and the thing that's really pissing off Canadians about all of that is the fact that our prime minister said something really weird, and then so he goes. Let me explain what he said. So I think it was like 2 days ago, before what happened in Germany. He posted on his socials that Canadians need to start adopting the Muslim way. And he said, we all need to start following the Muslim religion and all that kind of stuff. And then that happens in Germany, and he's like, "Oh my God, that's so." Canadians are on Germany's side. Where anything you guys want, we're here for you. This should have never happened, and everything like that. And a lot of Canadians then said to Carney, they said, "Well, hold on a second, but you literally just said that all Canadians should adopt the Muslim religion and the Muslim way, but in the Muslim and Carney." But in the Muslim, yeah. But in the
Why would I say that? So
because he's an idiot sometimes. Sometimes he says the stupidest fucking shit. And I got to be honest with you, the Muslim religion frowns upon gays. And so I'm sorry, but I don't want to be a part of a religion that it thinks that they're the moral high ground, and that anybody who isn't a part of their religious views gets killed. Like, why would I?
This is the craziest thing about the whole Israel and Gaza thing is there's tons of in the U.S. Like got you back to the show play, you did already, I think.
I did.
There's tons of like gay pride groups in the U.S. that like are saying things like I don't think it's groups, it's individual idiots. Like things like what do they call it? It's like gays for Palestine. It's not that. There's some other slogan, but it's something like gays for Palestine.
Okay.
And people are saying to them like, do you realize that like in Palestine, like they just murder gay people, like in Gaza, for example, that they'll throw gay people off the roof and just kill them, and you're supporting them. Like, what are you supporting? But they don't even know like anything. They're just like basically repeating whatever they were told. And meanwhile, like Israel, like for whatever other faults it might have, it's like the only country in the whole Middle East where like gay marriage is allowed and there's pride parades and you know what I'm saying? Like LGBTQ community is supported. In all the surrounding Muslim countries, it's completely illegal and now and punishable by death.
But isn't
So
Israel also? I'm getting my. No,
Israel's a
that's Iran. Never mind.
Israel's run according to Jewish principles. But there are Muslims and Christians that live there too, but like the country is founded on Jewish
No. That's not
principles.
what I was saying. It's never mind. For some reason I was thinking Israel is where Trump was bombing, but no, that's Iran.
That's Iran.
I had a brain fart there for a second. But what's happening with that? I haven't heard anything about that war either. Is it still going on? Like what the
It's
fuck?
still going on, but like it's not. It's like it's annoying because like every other day they'll be in the news like Trump says like this is the last straw and he's gonna bomb the shit out of them and like nothing
Yeah.
happens. You know,
No.
it's
Of
like oh they
course
have their
not.
conversation and they say okay they're gonna try to talk some more and the next day it's like oh it didn't work. It just seems like a lot of flip flopping. I don't know. That's like the major criticism about Trump for this war is the fact that it even when it started I was like well. I think Iran deserves to be bombed, but
So I
it
want
seems
to
like there's no plan here. They're just like doing
I want
something
to
weird.
tell you something. You can look this up online on YouTube. I think it was an interview with Oprah Winfrey. This was before Trump was president, and he said that if I ever became president and to stay in office, I would start a war with someone. He literally said that, and it's not AI generated. This is an actual video that he said way back in the day, back in the 90s. And that's what I firmly believe he did. I firmly believe this war was literally only started so that he could stay in power longer.
I
Then
mean, it's possible.
that is why he keeps on going. Let me tell you something. The war is gonna end. Never mind. We're not gonna end it just yet. It's gonna go on for a little bit longer, but it's gonna end soon. I promise. Oh wait, it's going on even longer than I thought. It's like
Well,
it's
I
that
will say, like,
reason.
Germany, we were talking about Germany. I think Germany is like the only country in Europe, or one of the only, not the only one, but one of the only countries in Europe where they don't take a lot of this crap because they've seen what like extremism has done, like did to their country in World War II. They've seen what
Yeah.
hatred did to their country, and and by the way, congratulations on 750 subscribers. I just noticed. Congratulations, man.
I don't know what that's going on with that number because it said that I had 751 last night and then it's now at
I thought somebody
750.
unsubscribed. Or there was a bot or something that they sometimes they call out bots, but still that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm
And
slowly going up.
if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to this channel yet, then you definitely should
Oh
make that
yeah,
so.
of course.
But no, like I said, Germany like sort of saw what this did to their country. It was not a good thing for anybody, obviously, not for the world. And I think
No.
Germany has a lot like so like a lot of these countries, it's even the United States, it's like about freedom of speech and okay, you can say whatever you want, even if it's wrong. If you want to say like, you know, Jews have horns and they eat babies and stuff like that, you can say it because you're freedom of speech. But I think in
Yeah,
Germany there's much stricter laws around like hatred because
there should
they've
be.
experienced it. You know, yeah, exactly. Well, they learned from their
That's
lessons. A lot
yes.
of the
And
European countries, and also like here, we never had that, so we didn't learn from the
no,
same
I feel
thing.
like a lot of people should take notes from Germany if I'm being honest.
Probably.
Hmm.
Although they did go a little far because, like, you couldn't play like Wolfenstein 3D. I mean, you could play Wolfenstein. I think Wolfenstein 3D was banned in Germany for a long time because even
No,
though
so
it's like
I want
shooting
to
Nazis,
I actually want to
like,
correct that a little bit. So that you can play
let me finish
them.
what I'm saying before you correct it.
I'm
Let me finish saying
sorry, fake
let me finish saying
news. Let me
let
tell
me,
you
say,
something,
let me say
folks.
let me finish saying what's wrong, and then you can correct. My understanding is that like you couldn't actually play that game in Germany for a while because even though you're shooting Nazis, like just the fact that Nazis were in it at all, like Nazis are banned from media because then people will put Nazis in a positive light theoretically. And then
Yeah.
they like some of the later games they allowed it to be in the game, but they took out they took out all the
There
swastika
you
and
go.
stuff.
Yes, they took
Yeah,
out the
but
swastika.
I think originally you couldn't even play the game at all. I'm not totally sure, but that's my
No,
understanding.
no. So the modern Wolfenstein games you could play them, but they were heavily when
Right. I'm talking
Bethesda
about the
when
original one.
the original. I
Yeah.
don't. I remember watching a news article. Watching a news article that makes sense.
I'm
Watching
checking
a
it now.
I remember listening to a news station back in the day that was run out of I think Toronto, and they were talking about that, and they said that no, Germany had banned the game.
It says here, the original PC game, which was released in 1992, was banned from sale by
Yeah,
German authorities in 1994 due to its use of unconstitutional Nazi symbols like swastikas and graphic violence. A
yeah.
heavily censored version was created for the Super Nintendo, which removed all Nazi symbols, blood, and references to Hitler. And then the original PC game was finally only
So
lifted in
so
2019.
so when that game originally came out,
It was banned
uh,
27 years.
when that game originally came out, and I'm not talking about Wolfenstein 3D, I'm talking about the new one by
Yeah,
Bethesda.
he was different.
Yeah, yeah, but hold on. When that game came out, Bethesda already had two versions of the game that they made, the German version and the rest of the world version. I'm not even joking. They were talking about it.
Like Hitler like pisses on the floor and stuff in the beginning.
Yeah, so Hitler, no, at the beginning, that's near the end of the game. Uh, yeah, that's right near the end. And they got an American guy to play Hitler, and he does accents and stuff like that. So he was really good. But yeah, no, he's like that's towards the end of Hitler's life. So that's why the implication is that he was assassinated because that's an alternate reality. The Wolfenstein games, the modern Wolfenstein games, are an alternate reality. It's a what if. And if you go into that understanding that it's not a replication of history. It's not. It's a what if. What if Hitler won the war and he turned the rest of the world into a Nazi state? That was the whole point of the new Wolfensteins. And so you in that part of the game, you don't even go there to assassinate Hitler. That's not the goal. You go there because they're doing a play based on B.J. Blazkowicz. Like all the Nazis are starting this play and they're casting for B.J. Blazkowicz. And when you go there to get cast, you're playing as BJ and it's stupid. It's really
you're
dumb.
pretending to be like somebody else.
You're pretending to be somebody else. But when you're there, you meet Ronald Reagan. I think it's Ronald Reagan. It's one of the U.S. presidents. He's like, I can't wait. What?
Because he was an actor, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't wait to be this B.J. Blazkowicz guy. I think I'm gonna be really good. And it's like, oh my god, the entire game was silly. Like, I mean, there's one part in the game where it takes place in like, where was it? It was oh shit, I don't remember. But anyway, it's one place in America, and they're having changeover day, and changeover day is where the Nazis come into America and they force everyone to speak German or else they get executed, and they call it changeover day. And it's where like the Nazis will come in and be like, you must learn the German language. If you don't, this firing squads will take you out. And it's so over the top. And like, I'm thinking to myself, anybody who plays this game and thinks that that's how the world ran, like, come on, it's so stupid. It's so heavily fictionalized, huh?
Is anybody really going to think that though?
Oh God, have you seen how stupid some gamers are in today's society? Are you for real?
It's true.
But yeah, no, it's so dumb. I remember playing it for the first time when I first got it, and even though I loved the game, I did very much so. I thought it was very well written. At the same time, I kind of rolled my eyes at a lot of the script. I'm just like, this just feels so stupid. It feels so heavily Hollywoodized and nonsensical, and just, it's not just that. It's the fact that the Nazis in the game have like these giant fucking robots. They got flying cars, flying bikes. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I mean, what is this game trying to be? Like, I never understood. It's supposed to be in modern times, but they have like Blade Runner vehicles and shit. It was just so weird to me. Like, it felt like it was all over the place.
Yeah. But it was a good game.
Oh no, it was a fantastic game, but I don't need another one. They already did two games, and now they're talking about making a third. I'm like, bro, just end it already. I don't want to see another one. I don't care.
There's so many sequels in general. I saw today like a new Star Wars game is coming out.
The racing one, yeah, I'm getting it.
No, not a racing one. It's like a
Oh,
strategy.
turn-based. Yeah, I'm not interested in that one.
Yeah, neither am I. But like, I was just curious. Like, I went on like limited run games because it was like they're selling it, and I was like, how much is it? I'm just curious. It's like fucking $300
What?
for a collector's edition or something. And I was like, what? There was no regular edition. There was
Oh,
only a collector's edition. But there was no other. That was the only choice. There was no regular thing. It was just only collectors. And I was like, you out of your mind? Like, and it doesn't even look like a good game. It looks like the only thing that's cool about it is the collector's edition comes with like a thermal detonator. If you're from Return of the Jedi, like she had a thermal detonator.
Okay, so that's probably why they're selling it for 300 because they know that all the diehard Star Wars fans will pay that for the thermal detonator.
I guess, but like, it
Yeah.
just seems like it's not worth it.
Yeah, to the everyday person, no, but if you're a cosplayer or something like that, you're going to use that. So you're willing to pay. You'd be surprised how many people will pay that.
And it
It's
says
like what
it's called Star Wars Zero Company.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
It's like what Strauss Zelnick said about Rockstar Games. He said that he could get away with selling Rockstar for $300 and people would buy it. Remember that? We talked about that on our last podcast.
Grand Theft Auto, you mean?
What isn't that what I said? What did I say?
You said selling Rockstar.
Is it selling Star Wars? Yes.
No, wait. Star Wars. Or Grand Theft Auto?
Jesus Christ! Sorry, I'm concentrating on my painting. All right. Selling GTA 6. There we go. Holy shit! This is what we call a Canadian brain fart. So yes. Yeah, no. So like selling GTA 6, and he was saying like, oh, dude, I could sell it for like $300 and people will buy it. I'm like, well, no, only the idiots will.
I'm
not
so
interested.
into these tactical games, so like I would only play one that like was like the best example of the genre. Like that someone says this is like a game you really must play. Like XCOM would probably be an example of that. But like the Star Wars one, I don't have a huge level of confidence it's going to be any good. I mean, like maybe someday I'll be like I want to play every Star Wars game ever made and I'll try it, but I feel like I wouldn't like play it for very long.
Okay, so can I offer you I just want to bring this up. So the day you say I want to play every Star Wars game ever made, is that the day I can attack you with a chloroform rag?
Maybe because I'll be so busy playing Star Wars games. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to be saving your life that day, I'll have you know.
There are a lot of Star Wars games, obviously.
Yeah, I know. Way too many. There's more Star Wars games than there is Star Trek games.
Probably more Star Wars games than there are Mario games, also.
Maybe I wouldn't go that far. I don't think.
You probably take longer to beat them than the Mario games because the Mario games tend to not take that long.
I actually have a PS5 port of Super Star Wars. They released it a couple of years ago, and goddamn, I don't even know what I'm doing in that game. I may stream it at some point just so people can see me get frustrated, like what you did last night, the Kamikaze keyboard. But yeah. So I try not to stream games that'll get me angry because I mean like I'm not. First of all, I don't want to do that because people are going to get bored if they see you constantly smashing things and getting angry. In your case, it's a little bit different because we laugh and point at you when you do it. But,
That's fine.
Yeah. But
always said I don't care about Star Wars, but I love strategy games. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
And that's
my dad
fair.
really loves strategy games. Like he loves like Jagged Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you played that. I was asleep. Like he loves all those games, like those kind of tactical strategy, not like the real time strategy as much. He likes real time strategy also. Like I think he's played tons of StarCraft. But I like real time, but tactical is just slow. I don't know. Always said I'd rather see a streamer be challenged and steamroll through a game. What about when I played that game? What was it called? Yoinks? Whatever it was called, that puzzle game. And I spent an hour on that one puzzle. Did you enjoy watching that always asleep? Because like I don't think that was very entertaining for people watching. Honestly, like I was just going to scratching my head, going like, let's see, you do this over here.
Always asleep. Missed some of the best thing in my Halo stream last night. We were all laughing in the live chat. I'm playing Halo, and I'm at the part where I'm at the beach, storming the one area. and the helicopter comes in, it's dropping the warthog, and it looks like it's going to fall on top of me, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you better not drop that on me. And then they drop it on the rest of my team, and they all die. They dropped the fucking, yeah, they dropped the warthog on the rest of my team. No, I guess it was where I was standing, so the team was standing further back from me because of their stupid AI. And then dropped on top of them and flattened them all. And we were all laughing, and I was like, well, there goes my team.
Did they like respawn back in, or like they?
Yeah, of course they did, but it was so funny. Oh my god, because nobody was expecting it, right? None of us. And then it happened, and we're just like, we got it on video. Like, we watched it literally flatten them, and it's so funny. Oh my god, I was telling people, oh my god, if you clip that for me, I will credit you, and I'll put it in my shorts so that everybody can see it. Oh, it's so funny. I'll even credit.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Oh my god. You know what? That's what I'm going to say right now. Anybody wants to clip any of my videos, I will put them in the shorts section, and I will credit your channel. I will credit you. I'll make sure that people subscribe to your shit, whatever. I don't care. But I don't know how to make shorts. I've tried figuring it out. I can't figure it out. And so, you know what? That's the best incentive. I guess I'll get my subscribers to do it and
I've done
make
it a
some
couple
funny
times,
shorts.
It's not easy. It's a pain in the butt to do.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I've looked up videos of it, and I still don't get it.
I used like an AI thing to like put the words and stuff on it, but like it gets it wrong, or then it wants you to pay, and like whatever else. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Size it the right size, and because that's looking on a phone.
Elsa did one the other day, and I was like, damn. Elsa did one, and she shared it in the group, and I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. Because yeah, so like, I mean, yeah, no, I don't know how to do it. I really don't. But otherwise I would totally clip that moment because it was freaking hilarious. But and then there was more glitches that happened throughout, and I was making fun of them and everything. But yeah, we all had a blast. I mean, that game's a glitch fest, but it's fun. At least the glitches aren't game breaking. You know what I mean? It's the glitches are hilarious, not game breaking.
So they didn't spawn back in, those guys. They just were dead.
No. I said they spawned back in.
Oh, they did spawn back in. Okay,
Yeah. They spawned back in, not right away, but they did.
And they're like, hey, where'd you guys go? Oh, sorry about that. Like, you know.
Sorry, we were flattened like a pancake.
It's always sort of funny watching you stream, and like your character will like fall off a cliff or something, and then it'll be like, oh well, like okay, I'm back now, you know, like
yeah.
Never, like, in modern games, there's never really any consequence.
Because they do and this is the one thing I mentioned this when I was playing Halo last night. It's that every 5 fucking seconds you walk 5 seconds in the game and it's like checkpoint saved. I'm like, why do you have to? You're not Stu's game reviews. Why do you have to save every second?
Exactly. I'm just used to saving because I'm used to playing Sierra games. You know, it's like they used to punish you. And like,
oh my god. Stu.
What about to go back to every single spot possible? You understand.
No, I don't. Because when I played Sierra games back in the day, I didn't save early, save often, like their adage said. I barely did. I would have a couple of saves, but I never saved every few minutes. No, absolutely not.
Never?
Never. Nope. Mm-mm.
Well, you're missing out, man.
No, I don't think I am. I think my hard drive may be missing out, but that's probably for the best.
Yeah, it could be, I guess.
No, I tend to not in 30 different slots. Yeah, so I'll okay, you know what? Let me correct what I said. Sorry. Let me correct that. Let me correct what I said. I will save fairly often, but I won't use 1,000 slots. I'll because dude, Stu, I worry for you when you play modern. No. Hold on. Let me finish what I'm going to say. I worry for you when you play a modern game because a lot of modern games have 99 save slots. And I am worried because I know damn well you'll have all 99 of those save slots all
Probably.
used up.
But why not? What's wrong with that?
Oh,
Why
come
can't I
on,
have
man.
unlimited save slots?
Oh.
What?
Uh, I don't know, man. I mean, if you want to do that, it's just to me, it's just a huge waste of memory. I'll just save over top of an old save. So, like, if they make any progress, guy loves his slots. No, you spelled sluts wrong. By the way, always asleep. No.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm a terrible person. What can I say? All right. Anyway, what was the topic tonight? I forget.
I think it
Jesus,
was about
we're all over the.
fire.
It's about fire. Yeah.
It was about
By the
fire, yeah.
way, speaking of fire, what's it like there always asleep? Are you guys still? Because I know that wasn't. Didn't you guys have fires where you live?
Hey,
Hi.
Defender, how's it
Hey,
going, man?
Defender. How you doing, man?
Defender of justice, freedom, and the planet Earth. That's all I think of. This is the Super Friends.
But now let's take this 180 and we'll talk about something else. Now let's
Okay.
talk about digital content and the future of digital versus physical. Because the last stream we did, we mainly talked about kind of cruddy air quality here, but not terrible as of yet. Well, that's good. I'm glad at least. I hope it ends soon for you, man. You don't deserve that kind of shit. Nobody does. But yeah, so like the last podcast for a refresher is we talked about how Rockstar was making a physical copy of GTA 6, but it only had a download code in it. It didn't contain the disc. But we never actually talked about how Sony is wanting to go all digital only. And the reason we didn't talk about that on the last podcast was because it happened after the fact. That happened a week or two after we did that podcast. So now Stu is of the inclination that it's a test, that they're testing, Sony is testing the waters, and that and that is his thought, and that they will smarten up and go back to physical medium. I believe that's what you told me, right?
I mean, I think they're testing the waters, and they're going to see what the reaction is. I mean, a lot of people are saying that it's not true and that they already made up their mind and da 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 da. But I don't know.
So the reason why I think that's not true is because Sony actually shut down all the warehouses where they make all the discs for their games and fired all the staff.
But they couldn't have shut it down already because like Limited Run is still making stuff for PS5.
Limited Run is its own separate entity, from my understanding. They're
It
not.
is, they have to like go through Sony to make the actual discs, is my understanding. I think Sony's the only one that actually makes discs.
Okay, so while I agree with you, always asleep, there's a few things that are going to hinder that for Sony. And one of the things is, I don't know what branch of government it is or something like that, but somebody in America is suing Sony, some corporation or whatever, and it's because of a law, I guess, in America where you have to have physical medium as well as digital or something like that. I remember reading about it, but
I'm
I
not
can't.
aware of that.
Yeah.
One thing I do remember seeing though was that they're they basically Sony justified this by saying that there's only, let's say, 20% of purchases are physical and like 80% are digital. So like therefore they don't think people will care. But then a few publishers released data, and the data was very different. It was like if there was a physical version available, it was something like the opposite. 80% of people bought the physical and 20% bought the digital. And they're saying the reason why Sony's numbers are different is because Sony is including things like DLC, demos, and stuff like that, or games that there was no physical option available. But when actually the physical option's available, gamers have been choosing the physical option. So they're saying Sony basically has been lying essentially, trying to basically say they're doing this because people don't want it, and really they know people do want it, but they're doing it to try to force gamers into their ecosystem and they figure people will just deal with it. Now, I think a lot of people will just deal with it. I also see tons of people online who are saying like, I'm not going to buy a PS6, and I'm just going to go with Steam because at the end of the day, if it's all digital anyway, I might as well use a PC where
There's
I have
also
more control over the purchases afterwards.
there's also a lot of people saying that they're just going to pirate all future Sony games.
That
But
too, but it's not so easy to pirate stuff on PS6 or whatever if it doesn't have a disc, or anything. If it's all like locked down, that's the thing. If it's locked down inside Sony's console ecosystem, the console is not an open, thing, so it's harder to pirate. Whereas on Steam, it's actually much easier to pirate in theory. So I think that's what they're saying. Like if we have to pay, and we're not getting a physical thing, we'll either buy it on Steam or we'll pirate it on Steam.
so
But there's going to be exclusives though, like there'll be like Uncharted 5 or whatever that will only be on PS6. And the question is, are people going to be like, well, I'm not buying it, or will they'll buy it anyway? Like that's the question,
so
really.
there's two ways I can see this going. So before I bring that up, Insomniac Games, Naughty Dog, Rockstar Games, and several others have stated that if Sony goes all physical only or all digital only, that they will stop supporting the console. They have
Really?
all literally made those statements on their
That's
socials. Yeah.
amazing. Good for them.
Yeah. So, which I find ironic considering Rockstar Games is the cause of all of this. So the fact that they said that is really weird to me.
They're not the
Um,
cause. I'm sure.
oh,
I'm sure it was like,
they absolutely are the
no
cause because
way.
yes, they are. When they decided to release a physical version of GTA 6 with only a download code, that Sony literally stated that was part of their decision into making games digital only because of
Really?
how many people bought digital only instead of physical. Yes. So yeah,
Hmm.
Rockstar is definitely a cause of the problem.
So is
Um,
Rockstar try to like win back the goodwill they pissed away,
that's what I
basically?
think. That's what I think it is. I don't think they actually give a fuck.
Well, still good for them anyway.
So the other thing I wanted to bring up. Oh, what was it that I was going to say? Shit, now I can't remember. Um, I think that I do think that here's my thought on this my thought process on this. I'm almost wondering if Sony only goes digital only, if the individual companies will make physical versions of their games and sell it outside of Sony's.
I don't think they can. That's what I'm saying. I think Sony controls the production. I'm
Hmm.
not 1,000% sure about this, but like it's probably possible to bootleg it. But I think Sony controls the production. Like if you like a disc that you make has to go through Sony. Like an independent publisher can't like make like 10 copies of a PlayStation 5 game. They can only make it, let's say, in sizes of 500 because that's the smallest quantity that Sony will make. I think Sony has to make it for them. I
So
could Google this.
then, what I think is going to end up happening is, I think what Sony's going to end up doing is making physical copies of all the games, but charging a hell of a lot more for it than they usually do.
And that's fine, by the way. I mean, I'd be okay with that, at least as an option. Then, like, people can decide what they want. Um, can publishers make PS5 discs not going through Sony? No. Publishers cannot make
Okay.
PS5 discs not going through Sony. The Sony owns all rights and manufacturing processes for official PlayStation optical media. Sony owns the
Hmm.
legal and technical rights to the disc format. Official discs must be pressed through authorized Sony facilities and partners. So basically, unless somebody does like what like Color Dreams did for NES games, back in the day. They made like unlicensed Nintendo games. They managed to get through the lockout chip, but that's it's almost gonna be impossible because back in the day, it was like you had an NES that like they shipped it out from the factory and then it had a chip in it. If you could defeat the chip, then you're done. Now it's going to be like a Sony thing that's on the internet all the time, and like if they find a way to defeat something, it's going to get a patch, which is going to like make it not work anymore. So like it, it's gonna be almost impossible. That's why people are saying like I'm fed up with Sony completely, and I'm just not gonna buy a PlayStation at all. I mean that might happen. I mean it depends if enough people do it, enough people like hurt them in their wallet. Like even if the guy that made this decision right now, like he's thinking like I'm not changing this decision no matter what. I don't care. He might get fired. because if like they start losing money, they'll be like, this guy didn't know what the hell he was doing. Like he's out of here, and then we bring someone else in who's like, oh, I'm so
Or they'll
sorry.
or
Like
they'll
we
end
made a
up or
mistake.
they'll end up like what Microsoft is currently.
He always assumes that the thing's not even gonna have a disk drive. They don't intend on making disks. Anyone wanting to is out of luck anyway. Good point. $1,500 for a PS6 with games you won't even own. What a deal! Yeah, it's like I digital is okay, but like all these things, these digital things, like they end up getting delisted, and then like you can't play them anymore, and it's even if sometimes if you
Can
want
it,
them, you
so
can still play them.
I actually want to bring something up in regards to that because I buy a lot of digital games. Only because I don't have the space for physical games anymore. I don't get me wrong, I have a lot of physical games. Obviously I do because back in the
Oh yeah,
day, hold on, exact. Well, I don't have as much as you, Mr. Man Cave, but
I don't have
back
no space either. But I'm just saying that if you buy a lot of
back
games, then you run out of space to
hold
have
hold
them.
on, hold on. So back in the day, obviously PS1, PS2, PS1, PS2. I was about to say PS3, but no, PS3 had digital. PS1 and PS2 was only physical. So obviously all my PS1 and PS2 games are physical, but a lot of my PS3, PS4, and a couple of my PS5 games are physical as well. But majority of my PS4 and PS5 games are also digital, and some digital PS3 as well. So the only time I've ever had anything I owned delisted off of the store on a PlayStation console was a PS3 game that I had physical. One PS3 game in all that time.
It's
And
rare. I agree.
it's
It's rare.
insanely rare. It's insanely rare, and people don't seem to get that. They think that, oh, in a year it's going to be delisted from the store. It's like, do you know how long it took for that game to get delisted from the store, and it was a PS3 game?
I agree with you.
It took forever, and by the time it did get delisted, I didn't give a flying fuck
Right, but
because
the
I
thing is, if you buy every single game when it comes out, then you're good. But let's say you don't want to buy every single game as soon as it comes out because you want to like
yeah
save your money and you want to like buy things when they're on sale,
yeah
which is what I
yeah
always used to do. Now you're going to be screwed because first of all, the games are not really going to go on sale anymore because there's no reason that they go on sale. They can just sell for full price till the end of time. Like it was the store owners the physical games who were driving a lot of the sales. And number two, like you don't buy
But
it when a
there's all
certain time
hold
is
on
on.
hold on. That's but a lot of digital games go on sales all the time on sale all
Right,
the
because
time.
a lot of the reasons why they go on sale is because they have to compete with the physical games that are already like being sold on the secondhand market for cheaper.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So if there's nothing like that that's happening, there's no physical games to be. You can't resell your game anymore. If I bought a game and played it, I beat it, and I want to sell it to somebody, I can't do that now. So I lost that.
Yeah.
Then if I don't buy the game, it's very likely that like there'll be less sales, and then if I don't buy it right away, it might get delisted and I don't ever get to play it ever. Like it's like you could never play it ever again. Like you're so it's like you better buy it now because this might be your only chance to play this game. And then it's like, oh, I got to spend even more money than I was planning on spending. It obviously benefits Sony a ton, but it really is detrimental to the consumers. And it's very anti-consumer friendly, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know. I have the
Oh, I do
I
know.
what huh?
I do know. I do know. Just kidding.
I find physical copies cheaper all the time. So yeah, without that option, games aren't going on sale as often as about yeah.
It is. It's not control.
Well, I'm I'm hoping that they smarten up and realize, but we'll
I
see.
think it really just depends on a lot of things, but like if people vote with their wallets, they eventually will have to give in because like right now Sony is in a good position if you think about it. I mean, like Xbox, Microsoft has sort of ran themselves into the ground. There's Nintendo, but like it's a
Well,
completely different
she
market.
doesn't even make any sense what she's doing. I don't know why they hired somebody who has literally stated in interviews that video games are for little babies. So
Well, that's the thing.
you get someone like that to run your gaming company? Are you fucking
So Sony's at a point right now where they have a great opportunity to like sort of just
yeah.
solidify their control on the market, but instead what they're doing is pissing people off, and they might end up just like if Nintendo would come out right now, if they were smart, they would be like, you know what? fuck this like Switch 2 game key cards thing. We decided that going forward, everything's going to be on physical media as an option. You know which goodwill they would get right now if they did something like that? I mean, that's the thing. It's like there's such an opportunity for them probably to like come and like punch Sony right in the balls.
Yeah.
And I
I
bet
I
something like that will
I
happen.
I'm not even an Xbox player, and I am so fuming mad at what that woman is doing to that company. And I hate Xbox. I don't hate Xbox. I have an Xbox, but I mean I just don't like it as much as my PlayStation. And and the shit she's doing, like, oh, we're hiring this company, they're going to work for us. No, we decided we're shutting them down. Now, no, we're going to hire this company, but then we're going to shut down this company, and we're going to hire. No, she's an idiot. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And you got all these idiots that are like Microsoft fanboys going, oh, she's the best thing ever since spilled milk. Like, oh my god, you people are stupid as fuck.
Probably won't be around for very long either.
She is so fucking dumb. She has no idea what she's doing. And then all the all the Microsoft fanboys defending her, I almost feel like in this day and age, nobody has a brain anymore where they can think for themselves. They're just everybody's just a mindless sheep right now, and it's so fucking annoying to see it daily. It's either that or they're bots. I don't know what anymore. Brainwashed, but it's so annoying just to see that everybody's just become a pathetic yes man and is always like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's shut down every company we bought. What a good idea. This will help. Yeah.
What about all the people defending Sony? I mean, that's even worse. So
I don't see but I don't see that. Yeah, but I don't see that as often though. I really don't.
I don't know. I see a bunch of it, but it's really annoying. I don't know. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. Okay. Keep on talking. Always Asleep says on days like this, you drink W to relax. I think it's time for an ad. I'll be right back.
I do those at the end of the stream. I don't like to harass people in the middle of the stream with that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really play my Xbox anymore because a lot of my friends are on PlayStation. So I don't have any friends who have an Xbox. I really don't. So my Xbox kind of just sits there and collects dust. But once I get my capture card working, I intend to stream Xbox games at some point. As well as NES and Super NES. A lot of the older consoles. But I don't know. Like I don't. To me, what Xbox is doing is the most idiotic thing ever. And for a company that is literally dying due to sales, to the point where they had to sell their products on PlayStation, how is this helping her company? How is this helping Microsoft when she's planning on doing all this? I stepped out of the Xbox ecosystem years ago. There's no point in buying a Series X right now either. They are crashing and burning. I agree. When I bought my Series X, I bought it used at a game store in Canada, and I paid, I think it was $120 for my Series X, and that was the only reason why I bought it, was because it was so freaking cheap, and it was in mint shape. It was still in the box and everything. It was, but it was a used store, so it was theoretically a used console. Even though I took it home and everything, it didn't feel used at all. It was like in mint shape. But yeah, no, that's how I got mine. I didn't pay full price for it, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's why I got it, because it was a good deal. But at the same time, I just don't understand what she is doing, because she is loud. So she's listening to idiots, first of all, because a lot of the big mouth gamers on Xbox are telling her, don't sell any Xbox games on PlayStation. Just keep them all exclusive to Xbox. And so she has now stated on her socials that any future plans for Xbox games that are not already listed on PlayStation that were going to come out, they're now all canceled. She's making them all exclusive to Xbox again. And I'm thinking to myself, but that was the thing that was saving your company. You're listening to idiots, first of all. You know what? I understand sometimes listening to your fans is a good idea, but not in this case. Because your fans are going to bury that company into the ground. And you're listening to them. When realistically, Phil Spencer did the smartest thing at the time, which was to market Xbox games so that they were playable on PlayStation. And they're making a killing. The Halo game on PlayStation sold more than it did on Xbox. And she's looking at those numbers and she's going, well, you know what we should do? We should cancel all the games on PlayStation, put them back on Xbox. Are you fucking retarded?
You're listening to idiots right here on the Paintcast.
Yeah, really. But I'm like, are you retarded? Like, are you literally an idiot? That's your solution for saving your company, is to literally just bury it further into the ground. I don't understand. I don't understand why somebody like that is allowed to run a company. Yeah, and the games they released on PS5 sold really well. Yes. Like I said, reversing that decision is insane. Yeah, it really is insane. And, that's, I mean, she's going to bury Microsoft. And I also heard a rumor. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. This is, a rumor. This is not fact. That Microsoft is planning on selling the rights to Xbox to a third party and washing their hands of Xbox. And I could see that happening, actually. I don't know if it is the truth, but I can easily see that happening based on how Xbox is performing. And I have the funniest feeling that if they do sell, they'll sell to that East Indian company that buys up all these games, companies and stuff, Tencent Studios. Those guys are like buying up companies left, right, and center, and turning them into cell phone game companies.
What about that Embracer company?
I've never heard of them.
They're European. They bought like a bunch of studios, I think. But also, didn't Saudi Arabia buy out Microsoft or something, invest in Microsoft or something like that?
Tencent.
Oh, that's Tencent?
Tencent is a company out of Arabia or something. I don't know where the hell they're from, but anyway, somewhere around there. And they were the ones who bought out Ubisoft, something to do with Microsoft as well. Yeah, they're buying a lot of stuff, and their plans, they're idiots, because I've looked at their social medias.
I'm looking it up. Tencent is a Chinese company, but they have operations in the Middle East, apparently, like in Saudi Arabia and stuff like that.
Okay, but the Saudi Arabia branch was the one that bought out Ubisoft, is my understanding. So either way, their plans, from what I've seen online, are to turn most games into cell phone games. I'm like, oh my god, what a great plan. Because, the cell phone industry is just booming for games, isn't it?
So
that is sarcasm, by the way. It's not.
Embracer Group is a Swedish company, and they had THQ and Nordic Games and a bunch of other ones, and they were buying and buying and buying and buying, and then apparently a couple of years ago, they had some kind of finance issue, and now they're closing all these studios or something.
Oh wow! I wonder why they would have finance issues from buying multiple game companies and doing nothing with them. That's so weird.
It's very strange.
It's almost like these modern day people don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, they also made this gigantic internal video game museum where they were trying to have a copy of every single game ever made, every console game ever made. And this guy I know is they offered to buy part of his collection, and he wanted to sell to them because he thought it would end up going to a museum. And I was like, these guys could go out of business tomorrow, and then all your stuff could go in the garbage potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're about that, but
too big to fail.
Yeah, exactly. Too big to fail. But it seems like that's what actually this company sort of imploded. So anyway,
another company, and that we've talked about this in the past, both Stu and I, is Night Dive Studios. I remember Stu telling me a story of at the time when I think you said you met the CEO or something of Night Dive Studios and you weren't impressed with him, and you were saying, "Oh, this is not gonna, he's not gonna last or whatever." And my God, have they been knocking it out of the park with these remakes and remasters? Holy shit! I
The
think.
CEO, the CEO of Night Dive, his name is Stephen Kick. He's a nice guy. Um, I met him like online because
Oh, I thought
he's a
you met
game
him at
collector.
hold on. I thought you met him at a convention or something.
I
I
did.
swore.
But, like,
Okay, there we
first,
go.
first I met him online. He's
Okay.
a game collector, nice guy. But yeah, I didn't really think that too much was going to happen with Night Dive Studios. Like I didn't know it was going to be
Aren't you
as
aren't you
yes.
impressed with what they've done?
Well, they got
I
bought by Atari now. They're owned by Atari.
but even
Um,
still, like the stuff that
oh,
they're
I agree.
bringing out. Oh
They've
my
done
God.
they've done a lot of great stuff. But when I met this guy, it was like they were working on System Shock for like 5 years or something.
Yeah, I have both of
And
them. Both of the remakes. They're so good.
yeah, so then I met him at Portland Retro Gaming Expo like last year in person, and he actually recognized me, and he was like, "You're Stu, aren't you?" And I was
Oh,
like,
that's so cool.
and it was sort of funny actually. I was like, "Oh,
Does he
you're
watch
Stu?"
you?
I don't think so, because I think he remembers me from like talking to me online. So that was, but yeah, I didn't recognize him right away. But he we were like looking at some games like in like a bin or something. So it was sort of funny. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, how's it going?" Yeah. Then it was like sort of like we nothing to talk about. It's like, "Oh, this is good to see you," one of those types of things.
That's
But
so cool.
he's like a nice guy.
I
Um,
was so impressed with when they remastered Outlaws, the LucasArts game Outlaws that I covered on this channel
yeah,
with
you
you,
streamed that.
with you. Yeah, we collabed on that one, and also that oh God, I can never remember the name of it. The one that's like FMV mixed with first person shooter. Um,
Um, FMV makes a first person shooter. Okay.
yeah, it was older game, older game. They remastered it completely in like 4K, beautiful visuals. It was out on 3DO and PC.
I don't remember.
The name will come to me when I'm not even thinking about it. But anyway, they did. Oh God, that remaster was so good too. And then they did the Heretic and Hexen remasters, and God, they're just
Killing
bringing out
Time.
Killing
Killing
Time.
Time.
Thank you so much, Always Asleep. You're awesome. Yes, Killing Time. Killing Time. They remastered it in full 4K res, beautiful visuals. They redid all the FMVs in like full 4K res. Oh my God, is it ever good? And I have it and I streamed it and I was like, dude, it's so fucking good. And I'm like, this is a company that, is there for the nostalgia. You can
I'm
so
actually
tell.
holding the physical version of Killing Time in my hand right now, and the box is like smaller than my hand. It's like
Is
about the
it,
size of
did you like the remake or of the
yeah,
original?
the remake. It's a
I didn't
PC
know you
version.
bought it.
I ordered it. Yeah, it was like there was Limited Run was having like a clearance sale, and I bought it. And I thought it was like gonna be a regular full size box, but it's actually a little tiny box, and all that's in it is like a USB drive. I was
Oh,
a little
ew.
surprised.
Okay,
I
I
was
don't
like,
like that.
okay.
I don't
Yeah,
like that.
I was surprised about that, but I was like, okay, I guess. And it still works. I
So
still have it.
it's not really a physical game then. It's just a digital game.
It's a physical game, but it's not on a disc. It's on just like a USB
That's not
stick.
a that's not that to me that's not a physical game.
It's a physical game, but it's annoying. I mean, it's like basically you open this box,
Eh,
and literally all that's in it is a USB stick that says on it
it's
"Killing
not a
Time
physical
Remaster."
game.
That's all that's in this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's not.
So it's a little bit annoying. I mean, it's still. I understand what you're saying because you can rewrite the USB with whatever you want theoretically. And basically, what they sold me is a USB drive. But listen, I'm not gonna. At the end
It's
of the
a load
day,
of shit, is what it is. Yeah,
I agree. But I would
that's what
still
I agree.
prefer
Yeah,
that. I would still prefer that to nothing because at least there's an option for something if I want to get like a deal or
yeah,
free copy or whatever. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. Is my point. So
yeah.
but I was disappointed when I got it because I was expecting a big box and I got like basically a cigarette box. So I mean,
Well,
that's
there you
what it
go.
is.
You got a cigarette box of Killing Time.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but no,
How's it going? Fuzzy numbers. How's it going, man? Fuzzy numbers saying hi to us.
oh yeah, yeah. How is it
It's a
going?
good. It's a good points too. So I noticed that, of course, because when someone says nice things about me, that stands out in the chat from everything else.
Okay. All right. You're getting his conceitedness to go to his head again, Fuzzy. Killing lungs. That's
Well,
the
if it came in
That's the
no,
sequel.
if it came in a cigarette box, that's why it's killing one.
Killing lungs is the sequel. You got it. You
Terrible
got
blood stew, cram it. Thanks a lot, man.
it. But yeah, no, I do. Okay, so I have both System Shock 1 and 2 as well by them, and I got to say, System Shock 1 I liked. System Shock 2, I remember playing it back in the day when I was a kid and getting really far in it, but I played the remake because I got it more recently. I want to say like last month or the month before, and I can't make head or tails of what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be going in it. I think what the problem is that I'm so used to modern games where there's like a waypoint and they tell you kind of the direction to go. And with System Shock 2, they don't. It's like, figure it out for yourself, dumbass. And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's the problem. I am a dumbass. I can't figure it out for myself.
That is what it is. I mean, those games are like a little bit unforgiving compared to modern games. I mean, I prefer now,
Never really get
honestly,
into
like,
them.
yeah, I prefer like if they just
That's
have like a
that's
map saying like here's where you're supposed to go. You know what I mean? Like I don't
always
like
just
having search for things all the time.
always asleep. That's a very valid point. I've heard many people. You're not the first person to ever say that. I've heard from hundreds of people, including some of my friends, that have said they don't want to get System Shock because they find it boring. They find that it's just kind of redundant, dumb. And keep in mind, Ken Levine was the creator of of System Shock back in the day, and
Is it
then
Levine or Levine? I always assumed it was Levine.
I always thought it was Levine. Either, well, whatever.
Okay.
But anyway, he's also the creator of BioShock. A lot of people didn't know that. The guy who created System Shock is the guy who created BioShock. And now everybody always says, like, well, I hate System Shock, but I freaking adore BioShock. And it's fine. And I get it too. I like BioShock as well. I think those games were amazing. But System Shock, I think for me, I think I was surprised that Virtual Hide had a waypointer. What's Virtual Hide? Do you know what that is? I've never heard of that.
Hidelight was an old game that was on like a Japanese computer that it was ported to the NES, and the Angry Video
Okay.
Game Nerd did a video on it saying it was horrible. Then Virtual Hidelight was a sequel, and I can't remember what system it was for off the top of my head. It was a later console. I feel like it was like CDI or something. Wasn't CDI, but something like that. Um, what's the other CD-based console? It was on the Saturn. Okay, so that it's also a CD-based console. Not that I was thinking of, but yeah, I was thinking of. I forgot what I was thinking of, but anyway, yeah. So it was. It's supposed to be like a little bit better, but not much better, is my understanding. I haven't played it though.
Did you ever, Stu? Did you ever play the Angry Video Game Nerd games that are like done in like a Nintendo style?
I played some of the older ones that they like the original ones, but not like the fan made ones. But I never played the new like the ones that they actually
So
officially
the
published.
the
Which are supposed to be like really
the,
hard.
yeah, they are. So I have the demo of one of them, and I was thinking about getting the full game, but I'm like it's so ridiculously hard. It's over the top hard, and but AV James Rolfe is in them. Like they filmed like FMV segments with
Yeah,
him all
well,
throughout,
the new one.
and yeah, and it's so funny because he's like, okay, player, let's beat this literal piece of shit, and he's it's so funny, just like all the segments in it, and then if you die, he comes on the screen, he's like, what the fuck was that? You suck, and it's just so over the top, and I'm just like, dude. That was my main reason for wanting to get the game, but I'm thinking like at the same time, like it's so obnoxiously hard that I just don't I can't see myself buying it until it goes on sale. But the only reason I really want it is for the FMV segments because they're funny as hell.
I think I
But
bought it twice actually because I bought the NES version because it's like basically an NES game. And then when I saw that they had a version with FMV, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that that's like the real version, honestly, because like
yeah,
that's probably really funny. So then I
it
bought a copy for PS5 also. But I haven't
nice.
played it.
Yeah,
Of course.
I played the demo only, and it's it's okay. I mean, it's decent, but it's definitely not it's definitely not easy. Like I mean, it's ridiculously hard, and it relies a lot on like perfect jumps, perfect timing. The platforms will disappear within 1 second of you stepping on them, kind of shit, and like it's really hard. And I think that was a deliberate choice, obviously, because they want James Rolfe to ridicule you all throughout the game.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Um, but I can't justify paying 30 bucks for it because that's what it is right now on the store. And I'm like, no, I'll if I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy it when it's on sale. I'm not gonna pay that much for that game. It's just not worth it.
I agree.
Um,
But it's it's I like Angry Video Game Nerd so much that I was like, I want to get it. Sometimes I wait or I don't buy, but like if it's the price is reasonable and if it's something that I really want, then I'll get it. Sometimes it's
guys,
hard to
guys, I
find
wanna,
something
I
new.
wanna, I wanna show you guys how much Stu likes Angry Video Game Nerd. So if you go into Stu's Game Reviews Discord, go into the podcast section. We're gonna do a share with you on how obsessed Stu is with the Angry Video Game Nerd in that section. Give me a sec,
Oh,
I'll load this up.
don't put the picture of my son though.
Huh? No, no,
That
no,
so
no, what? No, no. The fuck? No.
I'm not saying.
Why
I
would
don't
I
know what
do
you're
that?
I know what you're
No.
planning on doing. I have no idea.
You'll see. You can look in there too, my friend. Just give me a sec. All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how obsessed Stu is with the Angry Video Game Nerd.
That's not true. That's funny though. But I would do that if I could. I
I made that for you a long time ago, and I remember I showed that to you. I don't think you remember it
I
anymore,
don't
but
remember. But it's
yeah,
funny.
I sent it to you a long time ago when you were like, it was, I made it for the hell of it, just as a joke, and you thought it was absolutely hilarious. You
That
you
Super
were just
Mario 3 is a bootleg though because it doesn't say Bros on it. It's just a Super Mario 3. And there's no Super Mario Bros 3. But it's weird anyway in general. That's the first
yeah.
thing I noticed. Because when I looked at that, when I saw that box, I was like, oh, is that the left Bros or the right Bros? You know what I'm talking about? Because the original boxes said Bros under Mario, and then they was like blocking the art, so they moved it to underneath the 3.
Yeah,
This one is no Bros. It's even more rare box. The no Bros box.
but
Plus, there's Mario in it. That's funny.
it's well, I mean, I didn't, I so the for when I made this, I gave it very basic instructions. I just said Stu following James Rolfe with a giant magnifying glass. That's all I gave it. I didn't say walk by a video game store. That was all shit it added, and I mean it works. But yeah, again, if you guys want to look at that, it's in the podcast section of Stu's Game Reviews Discord. And again, it was just made as a joke. I'm not. I just thought it was funny. But yeah. Uh, I don't know. Like I get for physical collectors how all of this is bad. Everything going all digital. But like I said, I stopped collecting physical games in 2020 during COVID lockdown, and I said to myself, well, once COVID lockdown ends, I'll go back to buying physical games, and then I didn't end up doing it because I then I kept on. I just didn't have space, and now I live in a really small place compared to where I lived before, and I definitely don't have space. I got giant storage bins full of my physical games, and they just kind of sit there and collect dust because I don't really play them, right? Because here's the thing: I buy both. If a game's really good and it's something that I really enjoy, I'll buy it physical and digital. I buy it twice, and so therefore, when I do that, I still have the physical disc, but I play the digital version. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you share screen again. Just give me a sec.
There's nothing
Um,
wrong with digital. Excuse me. I like used to be like really a purist, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy any digital versions. But if there's a game I want to play and there's no physical version, I will buy a digital version. I'm not that much of a purist. But if I have a choice, I'm always gonna buy a physical version. And And
Yeah.
sometimes, like if I don't, sometimes I will pirate a game. Frankly, if I can't get a physical anyway, it's like, why am I paying for this if you're not going to let me own it? I mean, I just, I don't like I don't know, I don't like the concept of that.
Yeah, no, I get it. I know that I have seen, yes, I have seen, not a large amount, but I have seen some gamers saying, well, hold on. To me, it's just having fewer options that sucks. I do a mix of both these days. Choice is a good thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. As much as I don't collect physical anymore, I don't want to see the medium die out. I personally, it doesn't affect me. But the reason why I don't want to see the medium die out is for people like Stu's Game Reviews or Always Asleep who want a physical version of a game. I don't want that to die out for them, even though it doesn't really affect me. I would definitely fight for a physical medium.
Like one day,
Um,
like once my like big stack of games like falls over and crushes me, then
yeah,
you guys can come and like loot my place.
exactly. I mean, that was why I was planning on doing this anyway. That's why I was
Yeah,
supporting it,
I mean
was so I
it
could
makes sense.
steal everything from you.
I wouldn't be stealing. I mean looting.
Fuck?
I mean
What is
looting.
so weird?
That's called looting. It's not stealing. It's just it's like scout. What do they
Have you
call it?
ever, you know what,
Salvage.
you know what should
Salvage operation.
happen to your games after you pass on, which God forbid never happens anytime soon, is it should be donated to a museum in your honor.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Or like if my kids like sold it and made a lot of money and they were like live comfortably, I'd be okay with that too. But it's really hard to sell stuff honestly. Like there's
Yeah.
the easy way and the hard way. The easy way is a guy comes to your house, takes it all, and pays you like 1% of the value.
Weren't they
And the hard
planning
way
on
is like taking
making
time to do it right.
weren't they planning on making a permanent museum in memory of Roberta Vaughn? I remember reading
Um,
somewhere that was that they were making money through a Kickstarter for that for
I
an
think they
actual.
want to, but I don't think that actually happened yet. I'm not
Okay.
aware of it anyway.
Okay.
I know
I
that there's
keep
going to
on
be they're going to do like her museum at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo again this year, I believe.
every day I turn on Facebook, go on Facebook, because this is the only way my parents can talk with me. They're in Newfoundland right now visiting family. My mom has 11 sisters and 12 brothers. I know, crazy
Wow.
family. Yeah,
What? Wait a
yeah,
second. Your mom is one of 24?
yeah. And let me
Holy
finish what I'm
sh!
saying. I'll share the family photo. They got a family photo of all the brothers and sisters. I'll find it and I'll scan it in and I'll share it in the group. You guys can see.
Were any of them like multiples?
What do you mean?
Like were they twins, triplets, anything like that, or
Oh
just like
no, 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 no.
holy
Um,
crap?
so
So your
she's
grandmother
visiting.
basically like all she did was give birth like
I
constantly.
mean, they were from Newfoundland, so what else were they supposed to do?
All you see is clones.
Clones. But anyway, so they're visiting a lot of the
Jeez.
family right now in Newfoundland. So they have shit internet. So they're contacting me um, via Facebook whenever they want to talk to me. Um, which so that's why I've been using Facebook mainly was to just see if they're contacting me or whatever. And every time I go on Facebook, I get I'm sure you guys know for those of you who use Facebook that there's that this year, last year, like the
Yeah.
Facebook thing, the which tells you what you did
Like
this time
remind you
last
of something you
year.
did in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But every single time I go on Facebook, every single day, it's always something from Roberta Vaughn.
That's nice.
I'm not even joking. Like it's always either her and me talking about a game I streamed or her talking about what she's excited for next in a video game or this and that and the other thing. And I'm thinking like Jesus Christ, I didn't even think I talked to her that much. But apparently I did.
Well, that's pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just it's at the same time it's a little bit depressing.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, she was a special person.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, she ooh, how do I describe her? She was one of the founders of the Classic Gamers Guild on Facebook.
She sent me baked goods in the mail. special
She's a
time.
close friend of Sue and I, and she passed away last year at this time, actually. This time last year. Um,
Someone who takes the time to
yeah.
send you baked goods in the mail, you know, they're a special person. I know I'm being like a little bit stupid right now, but
No, you're not.
it's true. I mean, like, who takes the time to like do that? You know, she baked it too. It wasn't like she bought it. She baked stuff and she sent me stuff that she baked.
Didn't you
Pretty
say that
awesome.
she used to send it to you on your birthday and stuff like that?
She just sent me whatever she baked stuff and she wanted to send it. You know, like it wasn't for a specific occasion, just because she was being nice. You know, she was a
Yeah,
sweetheart.
she was really nice, but anyway, she did pass away. She
She
was
was
in the
young too.
hospital. She was in the hot. Well, yeah,
Her
she's in.
40s.
Was she only in her? I thought she was younger than that.
I think she was like 45, 44 maybe.
Oh, I thought she was younger. I always thought she was in her like early 30s.
She definitely was at least 40.
God
But
damn,
I'm
she
not
looked
sure. I don't
okay. She
remember
looked
the age of
good
her.
for her age then. Holy shit. I would have
Yeah,
never thought
she looked pretty young.
but any
People play adventure games, they stay young. That's how it works.
there you go. Um but yes, so she so I have a game on PlayStation that she's in actually. Um it's a point and click adventure game and she voices in it. And it came out after her death. I always planned to stream it, but um you know I don't I like to stream games when I know what I'm doing in them so that I'm not just sitting there for hours at a time going what the fuck am I doing and boring
Yeah,
everybody on the live stream.
I
So
do that sometimes.
I know, I'm aware. So so my plan is to stream that once I finish it for myself. I also one of the things I really want to do is redo my stream of the seventh guest because I fucked that up royally when I first played that on my channel. When I first got that game, I played it on my channel, and I was constantly using the cheats to skip past puzzles. And I was thinking to myself, I'm such an idiot for doing that. I feel so angry at myself for doing that stream like that because having played the game a lot more now, those a lot of those puzzles were stupid easy, and I'm like, why did I like auto solve almost 90% of the puzzles in that stream?
I was also thinking the other day, you know, when I was in a rush to finish that game with the superhero, and I was looking at the walkthrough at the end, and afterwards I was like, I could have solved that puzzle myself, and just like I was in a rush, and I just didn't have patience for it. But yeah, I know what you mean. By the way, have you played this game? Do you remember this game called Serena? Does it ring a bell at all?
No. Can you describe the game style?
A bunch of years ago, I don't remember how many, like maybe 10 years ago, there was a trans woman named Serena, something or other. I forget her last name. And she was pretty active in the adventure game community. I haven't heard from her in a long time. I don't know what happened to her.
Okay.
But I think she got like persecuted or harassed by somebody. I don't remember. And then a bunch of people made a game called Serena that was like she was the main character. It was like some kind of horror game, and Josh Mandel did some of the voices for it. I remember,
Huh.
and I played it. It was it was like a first person horror short adventure game. I just don't remember the details of it anymore because it's been a while since
There
I played it.
there's one game that I played that I really loved, and it's only on Xbox, and I really freaking hope that they bring it to PlayStation. It's called Tell Me Why. Now it's made by the creators of Life is
Tell me
Strange.
why.
No, no, don't. It's made by the creators of Life is Strange, and it's about you play as a female to male trans man. Um, and it's about how he goes back to his hometown with his sister, and like it's kind of like about and there's I don't want to ruin most of the story because for those who don't play it, but there's a lot of like a lot of the people that he grew up with kind of still call him like kind of dead drop his name and stuff like that, and it's about him trying to get them to accept him for his but anyway, it was really freaking good, And I loved it so much, and I'm like, God damn it! I really wish they bring that to PlayStation because I don't. So the reason I don't play on my Xbox all that much is the controller gives me really bad carpal tunnel syndrome. I cannot play on a Xbox controller for more than a half an hour, otherwise my hands burn.
Really?
It's got to do with the controller, yeah. And so with PlayStation, it's a separate story. I have no issues with my PlayStation controller, but Xbox controllers, my hands do not like it.
Well, you should you should check out this game Serena. I was just looking at it on Moby Games. It came out in 2014, so that's like 12 years ago. The
Mhm.
guy who made it was Agustin Cordes. You know that guy?
Name sounds familiar.
He's been making this game called Asylum for a long time, and he's the guy that made the game Scratches, I believe.
Oh, yes, yes, I have scratches actually. Yes.
I think he made Scratches.
No,
Yeah, he made
no,
Scratches.
no. Hold on.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes. I just double checked and looked it up. He made Scratches, and he's been working on this game called Asylum that he
I
funded in
thought Scratches
Kickstarter.
was done by the guy who made Darkness Falls or whatever.
No,
No,
it's not that guy. Not that guy. Darkfall you're talking about.
Dark Falls. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Scratches is this guy. I don't pronounce his name. Super nice guy.
Italian.
Cordes. No, I think he's from Argentina.
Oh,
Um, and yeah, and the actors in the game, the three voice actors are Josh Mandel, Scott Murphy, and Pushing Up
oh.
Roses. If you ever seen her YouTube channel.
Yeah, I do. I do know her.
So,
Hold
and
on.
then
So
like
is this game like where'd you find this?
it was a downloadable game. It was a short point and click like
So it's free?
horror adventure. I think it was free. Yeah, it says buy $0 on Steam. So
I'm gonna pick it up.
it didn't come out for console. It's only for
No, no,
Linux, Mac,
no.
and Windows.
Yeah. It's. Oh, what? It's only for what?
Linux, Mac, and Windows. So it never came out on console.
Oh yeah, no.
So
I'll grab for my PC. I don't
yeah,
care.
grab it on Steam and check it out.
Yeah. I will. That's awesome.
Hopefully it's still
Um,
available. It wasn't very long, but it was
eh,
worth
it's
playing.
fine.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it was like a short experience.
that's awesome that they got Scott and wait. This would have been before Scott got really sick then.
I think so. Yeah, it's 12 years ago.
Okay, yeah, because he's like still in the hospital from cancer, as
Yeah,
far
he's
as
not
I
well,
know.
I understand.
He's not.
And
He's
he's
not
not
doing
well.
well.
I said, oh, I don't know anything recent, but I'm saying as far as I know, he's not so well. And then Trolls was one of the writers also, the Space Quest historian. So like a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
like the
yeah.
sort of adventure game community got together to make a game essentially. So
Does anybody know what happened to this woman though?
I don't know personally, but I have, like I said, I haven't heard from her in a while, but don't know. I haven't looked into it either.
Huh.
But yeah, check it out when you get a chance.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anybody
Um,
who's listening, feel free
an,
to check it out too.
yeah. Another thing, once I get my capture card working, what I really want to do is go back into the Orville game because they added a lot of crazy new content to that game. They added the ability now so that you can actually take a shuttle out and land on planets and explore them and shit. I'm like, oh, dude, so sick.
It'd be nice if they actually made like a mission or something, you know. But I guess they
No,
can't
no,
do
they,
that.
they do. They do have missions. They already had missions. So they have missions. They've got a full multiplayer mode where you can play with other players on maps. They have holodeck training missions and stuff like that as well. The thing is that so bit of background for those who don't know what I'm talking about. So, Messy Desk Interactive was a indie game company. They made a game called Stage Nine way back a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
quite a
but
few years ago now.
you stream that. It's like the biggest thing on your channel, right?
Yes, so that has 90,000 views on my channel, but that's because some are news some news thing picked it up. I'm pretty sure.
Some noobs.
No, what?
Some noobs.
News. News. News.
Oh, I'm just
Gaming.
kidding. I know what you said. I'm just messing with you.
Some thing probably picked it up and shared the link. There's no other reason that should have grown as quickly as it did. And I still get comments on it today. Actually, I got a comment on it today. Another person was watching it today and left a comment. So it's still getting views even to this day. That is one of my biggest viewed videos. And it's a silent stream. I'm pretty sure it was of just me going from point A to point B all across the Enterprise D. So Stage 9 basically was a fan-made game made by Messy Desk Interactive, a fan-made company full of just gamers that just formed together, made this company. And they made this game without the permission of CBS, which turned out to be their downfall. But basically, it was a free game, and you could download it from their original website. Now you can't. You can barely find it anywhere. But I still have I still have a copy of it. I still have a copy of the install file. That's how Stu got a copy. I gave him a copy of the install.
The one you gave me, everybody's wearing like Christmas hats.
Yeah, I need to figure that out. I need to figure that out, and I'll fix that for you. I just keep on forgetting, but it's okay. It's something. I probably sent you the wrong file, but either way, so it was a very big undertaking. They got Michael Okuda and Denise Okuda involved with that. They got the original blueprints of the Next Generation Enterprise, and they recreated all of the Next Generation Enterprise in Unreal Engine 5, and then that was the game, and it was exploring the entire ship. You felt like you lived on board the ship. Everything was photorealistic. It was a stunning experience. And then CBS came in and said, no, you can't make this stuff.
You can use the bathroom on the Enterprise.
Yeah. So CBS came in and said, nope. Sounds like a real Star Trek game. Yes. So CBS came in and said, nope. You are removing that from every social platform, wherever it is. Delete it off your computers. We don't care. It has to be gone completely off of everything. Off of the internet, off of computers, off of everything. If you don't do that, we will send you a cease and desist. And you will be going to jail. And so they were forced to remove it all. But the day before they removed it all, I actually had the good fortune of going to their site and getting the final build installation before it was shut down, because the next day it was shut down, and I still have it, and I still have that game. Now let's fast forward a little bit. A couple of years later, quite a few years later, I guess, they created a Orville game based on Seth MacFarlane's Orville. And it was the exact same premise. You explored the Orville. It was all done in Unreal Engine 5, but they added missions and everything like that. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Seth MacFarlane contacted them when he saw what they were doing. He goes, guys, I loved your Stage 9 game. Let's collab. Let's get this shit going. Still make it for free. That's fine. But I want to give you all the blueprints of the ship. I'm going to give you background photos, whatever you guys need to make this game fucking awesome. And that just goes to show you the difference between a company and an individual, and how Seth MacFarlane really is a really cool guy. And I've noticed that about him in general. He's always seems to be there for the fans and always willing to help out the fans whenever he's able to.
He's like a cool guy in general.
Yeah, he really is. And so if not for him, that game wouldn't be as advanced as it is right now. Like, he literally gave them blueprints of rooms that aren't even seen on the show. Like, there's rooms on that ship that you've never seen on the show. There's like an entire gymnasium.
That's cool.
There's like a massive garden. There's like so much. And it's never been seen on the show because it's just blueprints of rooms that never actually existed because they never built them for the show yet.
Jimmy says torrented so that lives forever. No, I think it's cool. The thing is, like I said before, like I'm not so into games where you just like, it's like they build a sandbox and you wander around. I want to play like missions and stuff. That's what I find interesting personally. So, like I played around in that Stage 9. I thought it was cool, but I wouldn't probably like do anything else with it unless there was actually something to do. You know what I mean?
So for me, I think for a lot of people, and for myself included, the reason why I liked it was because as a kid, I always had dreams of like being on board the Enterprise and just exploring every nook and cranny.
Cool.
And so that's why I liked it. And so it was very nostalgic for me. Not to mention that I am one of the weirdest gamers you'll ever see because I will like here's a prime example like Starfield. When I played Starfield on PS5, I will like literally go up to uh, computer terminals and look at the screens and stuff like that. I'm a weird gamer because I'll like look at every little attention to detail on a game. I won't just bypass everything, and that's why I'm really good at finding hidden collectibles and stuff like that because I like to explore maps and all that kind of stuff and look at every little attention to detail. And unfortunately, I don't do that on my streams because I think that would bore everybody. But I mean, when I play games by myself, that's what I do. I like literally explore the game inside and out, looking at all the little graphics, all the little attention to detail. Because all these modern games, dude, the attention to detail is insane.
Well,
Everything is so brilliantly conceived, and a lot of the time modern gamers just kind of pass all that shit by. It's like, and I love to look at those little attention to details, like the computer terminals with like flashing screens that change and stuff like that, and it's so cool. And it really fleshes out the world, but I just like to take a look at all that kind of stuff while I'm exploring the games.
no, I hear you. And I get that. You reminded me like when I was in high school when Star Trek Next Generation was airing.
Mhm.
My friends used to tease me that like I was the guy in the Enterprise who cleans the view screen with like Windex. like Mr. Feldhammer, like the view screen needs to be cleaned again, like go clean it, whatever. Um,
Did you?
but
Uh,
yeah, like it was. I don't know. Like I get the appeal of wanting to like be there and like be part of it, but again, like when I'm playing a game, I want to actually like have a mission or something. I'm just that's I'm not into sandboxes. I know a lot of gamers love that stuff. That's like you'll play Minecraft or whatever.
Jimmy Kirk
Yeah, you're
says
the
you're the.
Roger Wilco. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'll still play Minecraft and like stuff like that, but I like there to be like a story that I'm trying to follow. Just that's just my thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, I get that. And I think that's why you'll like the Orville a little bit better because it adds a lot of backstory. As a matter of fact, how much have you seen of the Orville? Have you seen a
I've
lot
seen
of
all of
it?
it.
Okay,
I've seen
so
all
do
of
you
it.
know the episode where it has the clown that appears on the ship and is stalking people and it's not all real? Do you remember that one? It was in the first season.
I'm trying to remember.
It
Sounds like
it it
I don't
it
remember.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, they added all of
Remind
that. They added all of
remind me.
that. They added all of that into the game, and they also added. Do you remember when the Kazon attacked the Orville? Like,
Kazon. Kazon was from Voyager.
isn't what they're called? What are the
The
what
bad
are
guys.
Isaac's
Oh,
rays?
those guys?
I
It
thought they
wasn't the
were called
Kazon. It was
what?
something else. It's been a while since I've seen it. Okay, I know what you're talking about the robots. It
Okay, but
wasn't the
anyway,
Kazon.
well, anyway, in season two, I think it was the season two finale.
That was pretty messed
They,
up. When they go to the planet, and they find like millions and millions of skulls
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
underneath the
yeah,
planet.
yeah, 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 not the Wookiees, the
Not the
Wookiees,
Wookiees.
robot Wookiees. Oh my God, no, please, I'll have nightmares. Um, but yeah, no, so yeah, they basically it was a genocide. They were killing all the humans and dumping them inside of an underground tunnel and basically letting them
Caverns, something.
rot. Yeah, and then the Orville crew finds out about it. Um, I think by accidentally beaming in down there or something. I can't remember what
They
happened, but
find like some door or something. Yeah, some weird thing like that.
yeah, and they find out what they're actually doing, and then they confront them about it, and then the all the robots like Isaac's breed of robot, I guess if you can want to call it that. They basically capture the Orville crew, and then they go to war with everybody. Basically, they start a massive war, and that entire episode, Seth MacFarlane was saying in interviews, cost him millions of dollars for all the special effects.
It was really good.
Yeah,
And then they
no, it
showed
was
after
like,
that like how it started. Like they showed like these people had the AIs like as servants. And they were like mistreating
yeah,
them for that.
Yeah.
It's really scary, like when you think about like AI today. Like people are like basically, I'm sure, will mistreat their AIs and whatever else, and one day it'll be like it decides to rebel or whatever. I don't know.
But anyway, so yeah, the special effects of that war were insane. Yeah, like if you watch that episode, you'll feel like you're watching Star Wars. Like it's so graphically detailed and like massive explosions shooting in space, just this massive war. And in the Orville game, they actually redo that entire segment where all of those robots are coming on board the Orville and just running around the ship and shooting at everything. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. And it's
Kalon. I think that was it.
Kalon,
Kalon.
Kalon. Dude, I was so close.
Yeah, you were close.
Kazon,
I didn't
Kalon?
realize it was so similar.
That was deliberate. There is no way that wasn't deliberate.
Yeah, I didn't realize that actually.
That is so deliberate. And it makes sense because do you know what's funny is Seth MacFarlane. So I have the Next Generation Blu-ray box set. And Seth MacFarlane is on the Blu-ray box set as a disc commentary. And I always thought to myself, well, why is he on the disc
Is that the Next
commentary?
Generation
Yeah,
commentary?
yeah, for disc
So what?
commentary. And he is because he's a massive Star Trek fan. And so they literally have commentary with him for every episode. And it's really cool because like you get to if you listen to his commentary, you'll see how much of a fucking nerd he is. Like that dude is like a super nerd. And he literally said in those, this was before the Orville when this box set was made. He always said that, oh my god, I would love to just make my own Star Trek TV show. I would be in heaven. And dude, he did it. He did it with the Orville. Like, I mean, that is the closest thing you're going to get to proper classic Star Trek. Because the newer stuff is just not as good. Like the newer Star Trek, I mean. It's just
No, I
not
hear
as
you,
good.
man.
Like,
But
don't you
we should,
feel the same? Don't you feel the same way that the
no,
Orville just felt
I
more like
definitely
Star?
agree. The
I think,
Orville is for sure like way better than the modern Star Trek,
yeah, and
100%.
I think the thing that really,
Except for like maybe a couple of them, like the what's it called? Lower Decks is very funny, but it's more like a parody than an
yeah,
actual Star
yeah,
Trek.
yeah, yeah, but that had nothing to do with him. He didn't have anything to do
Although
with
yeah,
that.
although the Orville is also a little bit of a it's like they manage to be funny and also serious at the same time, which is
Yes.
pretty cool about it.
Yeah, and it covers a lot of modern stuff as well. Like he did one episode that literally was a rip on Donald Trump, and it was very obvious. It was very obvious that it was hating on Donald Trump and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously he changed the dictator's name and stuff like that on the
There was
planet.
an episode of Star Trek Continues that was also like ripping on Donald Trump. I remember. But
Everybody
yeah,
everybody
I
in
think
Trek everybody in Trek does that because he doesn't fit the morals of what Star Trek was. Like all I have not met a single Star Trek cast member that says, "Oh, Donald Trump's amazing." Not a single one. Everyone shits on him. Everyone ever involved in Star Trek who is an actor has shat on him left, right, and center because he doesn't fit any of the morals of what A they stood up for on Star Trek and B what the actors stand up for.
well, we found a way to take this full circle, but I think it's time to wrap though. It's been like 2.5 hours already, I think.
Okay, good point. But yes, so that'll do it, I guess, for tonight. So Stu and I will be, I think, streaming on his channel possibly tonight, finishing off.
Possibly.
Well, because I don't, it's it's you and
It's up to me. You're saying like
you're
I'll forget about it or whatever.
you're an old man and you might get tired after this stream and need to go lie
Hopefully,
down and
hopefully, like in an hour and a half, maybe. Like we'll stream like 10:30, something like that. That's what I like to do.
okay.
That works for you.
Yeah, that should work. But yeah, so thank you to everybody for tuning into tonight's live stream of the Paintcast. We'll be back with another one really, really soon. So I want to thank y'all individually. So we'll start with Deadly Shadow, my friend Deadly Shadow, also known as Joe. Thank you for tuning in. Lewis! Thank you to Lewis. Thank you to Pirate Gamer Boy. See, I can still read your stuff, man. I'm not ignoring you. All Star Sam, Elsa, and of course the amazing Always Asleep for tuning in, and Defender. And I think that's and Fuzzy Numbers. Yes, of
And
course,
Jimmy
funny
Kirk too.
Fuzzy Jimmy Kirk. Yes, and Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk was here to
I like
listen
waiting to see like who you're gonna forget.
to us. You know what? There's always one. There's always one. My memory sucks. But yeah, thank you all of you for tuning in, and thank you, Jimmy Kirk, for sharing your opinions. But that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you once again. Tune in to Stu's Game Reviews at 9:30, 10 p.m. ish.
Like 10 or 10:30. It's already
10
almost
or
9 right
10
now.
or 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going into the final little bit of that superhero point and click adventure of Norm, whatever that game. Reality on the Norm.
Hopefully play the next game, which is called Purity.
Oh, you want to do?
on the
Oh, you want to
Switch.
do two at the same time?
Well, I think there's probably only 5 or 10 minutes left.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Sounds awesome. All right, and on my channel, we're gonna give a little break of Halo because we've done 2 streams of it already. We're gonna be going back into Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake, and we're also gonna be going into part 2 of High on Life 2. So that'll be next week on my channel. And yeah, tune in for that. And I got a lot more games on the go yet to share with you guys. So look forward to a lot of classic games as well as modern on my channel. But that's going to do it. So yeah, without further ado, I guess, do you have anything to say before we head out?
No, thanks everybody. Have a great evening. See you later, hopefully on my channel. Stu's Game Reviews.
All right, guys, take it easy and have a good night. We're out.
Bye, everybody.